This is EFC 80. Gareth McClellan versus Brendan Lazar, live from Carnival City, Johannesburg, South Africa.
And we are live from the City of Gold, Johannesburg, South Africa, Carnival City Casino and Entertainment World. This is EFC 80, McClellan versus Lazar, and the Fighter 2 finale, Firo versus Gedges. I'm Cyrus Fees, and I am joined by the one and only Simon Stevens. And what an impressive night it is tonight. It's EFC 80. It's historic. And guess who's back in the EFC? The Soldier Boy is coming home.
Is that one of the reasons why we're sold out here at Carnival City, Johannesburg, Cyrus? I think it may be a contributing factor because it's almost as if the GOAT of the Hexagon, and pretty much I think Soldier Boy is the GOAT of the Hex, comes to EFC 1 and almost then 9-10 years later returns to EFC 80. A long-awaited return, but he's got a tough ask against the descendant, Brendan Lazar.
Well, it's going to be an awesome matchup, so let's look at the statistics brought to you by RDG. First up, it's going to be the Soldier Boy, Gareth McClellan.
Oh, what a veteran, the most experienced fighter we've ever had in the organisation. Fantastic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, really dangerous off his back, nasty ground to pound, 92 per finish rate, doesn't go to decision.
Brendan Lazar.
Another great fighter, underwhelming in some aspects. Some people think he's the underdog, but he's got a great chance here. He's got cardio for days. He will not be stopped. He is a true warrior, and I think some people might be surprised by his performance here tonight.
Dricus Du Plessis will get his next challenger, and Amanda Mad Dog Lino will get her next challenger tonight here in Carnival City. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go straight to the action. This is EFC 80.
EFC 80 is proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal. We're in the City of Gold, Johannesburg, the vibrant financial powerhouse of South Africa for EFC 80. Live from the Big Top Arena at Carnival City Casino and Entertainment World, the ultimate carnival experience. The rules of the Hexagon, brought to you by Easy Equities, investing made easy. 3 judges score the bout. Each bout consists of 3 5-minute rounds. Championship bouts are scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. The winner of each round gains 10 points and the opponent 9 or less. This is based on striking, grappling, effective aggression, and hexagon control. Constantia Insurance presents Sylvester Chifumbu versus Fafa Dwama.
And here we are sold out here in Carnival City. First up into the Hex is that man, Fafa Dwama, nickname Kilo Yomombele, and it does not mean kill your mama. It means that he's so heavy his opponents can't lift him up. Is that right?
I think
you got clarification on that, right? Is that close?
Look, his English is not that great, and I think Faiz Jacobs, you see in the picture there just behind him from Fighters Inc. in Cape Town, kind of tried to translate for him, but he said Kilo Yomombele is basically like an elephant. You can't pick an elephant up, therefore I'm the elephant.
I don't know. I think Kill Your Mama is much more interesting, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to go with that.
Fake news, Fees.
Let me tell I almost went into the accent. Fafa Dwama comes in here, a very, very talented fighter, has really shown promise, has a record of 3-1, has so much personality, has so much charisma, and right now, he is heading into the CM Trading Prep Zone there as he shows some love to his teammates. Of course, CM Trading is operating all over Africa and the Middle East, and it's very simple to get started with CM Trading. Just go to cmtrading.com. That is the CM Trading Prep Zone here at EFC 80. And you just gotta love the progress, the progression of Fafa Dwama now on the main card. That has to be huge for him as he's being seen all around the world. What a big moment here for Fafa Dwama. I don't think he's gonna let this one pass.
No, I completely agree with you, Cyrus. Even though he's fighting at bantam, he's actually a really cracking flyweight, where he's got a lot of his earlier victories in his amateur career. Coming in with a lot of momentum, it's got to be said. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. I've got to be honest with you, I'm not that impressed with some of those performances, even though he took the wins. You know, he likes to go to decision a lot. He's not really a finisher. He's just a very strong wrestler. He's thin and wiry, but he's got a decent top game. He's difficult to put away, but he's very, very careful. He keeps his limbs in when he's on the ground. When he's facing superior grapplers, he keeps it very tight and tidy. But he's also got a nice jab. He's very fast in and out the pocket. It's quite a rangy little striker, but very, very durable. Like I said, if he's able to take advantage of that momentum, particularly at bantamweight, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes up the division, because I like him at fly, but he really, really got his hands full against a guy like Sylvester, the Gladiator, Chip Fumbu.
Wow, look at all that energy. Looking to take the next step. If he can take out the Gladiator, that is the biggest win of Duama's career. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Take a look around me, taking pages from a magazine.
And take a look at that man right there, the Gladiator, one of the most dangerous men in the bantamweight division and even in flyweight, Sylvester Chip Fumbu. This guy is so accurate with his striking, it is ridiculous. Some of the wins that he's amassed over the years and almost claiming a championship. Chip Fumbu is the real deal. He took a little break here from EFC, but now he is back and he has one mission on his mind, and that is claiming EFC gold.
Yeah, it was really, that's one stumbling block in the striking was when he came up against Zulu Boy and Kazimoto Zulu, and losing out on the striking stakes to Zulu Boy is really, there's no shame in that. But man, he came in on an absolute tear as an amateur, completely undefeated. Some very, very impressive wins at amateur, showing he's got a very well-rounded skill set. Yes, his striking is spot on, but he's got really, really beautiful jiu-jitsu. But there's been a turnaround in Sylvester Chip Fumbu, and that's finding UMF up at Kailami with Tamba Garimbo, with Demart Penner, all those guys. I mean, they are grinding like beasts up there. I've seen them training up there in Kailami and Midrand. And I think he's turned the corner. I think he's found a community. I think he's found a brotherhood, and it's making a very, very different way to adaptation to his fighting style. I think he's probably got a wager with Tamba Garimbo, who's his cornerman there, on who's going to be the first Zimbabwean champion of the EFC. And it's a race to the top for the bragging rights of Harare. And I love that.
I like it too. You got to love that competition within the ranks. And you said it perfectly, what they've done at UMF. I mean, you see the results. A Sylvester Chip Fumbu and a Tamba Garimbo, two guys that are right there at the tippy top of their division. And you're right, who's going to be the first one to claim the gold? Sylvester Chip Fumbu has to get by Fafa Duama, which is a tough opponent, a very game opponent, and a very hungry opponent. So don't count out Fafa Duama. But look into the eyes of that man, very, very focused. He's been through it all. The highest highs and the lowest lows, and now he is ready to make a big comeback in this organization. Could it be another big night for the Gladiator?
Yeah, you look at Sylvester's face, and that basically his personality is a very chilled, very calm, gentle-voiced, stoic fighter. But man, when he starts putting it on, that bell sounds, he is a killer.
Well, folks, your first bout on the main card is brought to you by Constantia Insurance. That's insurance made personal.
Let's take a look at our Easy Equities tale that take both gentlemen just 3 years shy of their 30th birthday. It was Fafa Duama, who's 2 inches shorter and came in 2 pounds lighter yesterday at the weigh-in here at Carnival City, and it's pretty much even Stevens when it comes to the reach and stand up on the feet. Another cracking bantamweight bout here at EFC 80. So let's get things underway and send it up to my colleague Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal. This is EFC 80. And now, 3 rounds in the EFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist with a record of 3 wins and 1 defeat. He stands 5'6" tall, weighs in at 133 pounds. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa, Fafa Kilo Yomapele Duama. And now his opponent, Standing across the hex, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a record of 5 wins and 2 defeats. Standing 5 foot 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa. I give you Sylvester the Gladiator Chipfumbu. Your referee when the action begins, Brad Block.
The fan favorite RDG, Hexagon girl Naomi Diaz, welcome in the first round of this bantamweight clash. Of course, RDG is equipped to handle all General Motors vehicles, including Chevrolet, Opel, Isuzu, and Hummer.
Wow. Look at those girls.
Oh, it's always great to have
Jam-packed. It's always great having them. Yeah. It's always great having a big fight here, folks. Here it is, Sylvester Chipfumbu. We know how dangerous he is. Taking on the wild card here, Fafa Dwama.
You know, so we've always seen these clashes between Congolese athletes and Zimbabwean athletes, and they always turn out to be absolute barn burners.
Brad stand 'em up block gets us started. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy. In the gray, Sylvester Chipfumbu. In the white, Fafa Dwama.
Dwama keeping an eye on Sylvester's feet at the beginning of the fight. We know that Demar Pena told us that in preparation for his camp, Sylvester Chipfumbu's been grinding and working on his wrestling because he knows what good top control Dwama has. Not that Sylvester's lacking in the ground skills department in any way.
Take a look at this, Dwama. He knows the sort of punch that Chipfumbu brings, and he is keeping his distance. He's taking his time. Chipfumbu, the first one to throw his strike, doesn't land. They are keeping a lot of distance between each other early on. Dwama, we know what his bread and butter is. He likes to go for that takedown. Does he have the power to match up with Chipfumbu? It's going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the reach advantage is really quite negligible, but the height difference is quite noticeable, even though it may be an issue of stance, because it's just a 2-inch height advantage.
I'll tell you this, if I had to deal with Chipfumbu, I'd keep my distance too.
Oh, hell yeah, and he's coming in. Nice big left kick coming down. Dwama just wants
to the body. Fafa says, bring me, give me some more, let's go. He's going to have a hard time getting a takedown on Chipfumbu. I'll tell you what, dealing with a guy like Demar Pena on a regular basis, Temba Garimbo, I know Tumasong's been in there a few times. I mean, you have a lot of tough talent that has come through UMF. Just imagine having to deal with Demar Pena on a regular basis.
And then Temba Garimbo in between every single round. So 1 minute Garimbo, 1 minute Pena, 1 minute Garimbo, 1 minute Pena. And there's one particular style that's coming out of UMF, which has actually started to typify that camp in mid-round. And that's what we're seeing with Sylvester Chipfumbu. They're always very strong in the underhook battle up against the fence at UMF. Something Temba Garimbo showed against Joe Cummins, who went on to win his championship.
Yes, indeed.
And you can see that where they grind at Kai Lama, they do a lot of hex work and a lot of underhook battles.
And very effective as Chipfumbu lands a nice knee. He's going to try to trip him. Unable to get the trip with that one. Chipfumbu now in a great spot. Let's see if he can bring Dwama down to the ground. A lot of people calling Dwama the underdog in this matchup. Obviously, Chipfumbu has commanded that respect and earned that respect. Dwama doing a great job of staying on his feet for now.
Yeah, Chipfumbu very doggedly and determined, but he can be a very, very patient fighter. He's just waiting, one of those guys who can wait for the openings, and he's got that expression on his face where he's almost like a silent assassin. He just waits for one opportunity, and he finally gets the takedown.
Oh, he fought for the scramble, and Dwama's back up. Great scramble there by Fafa Dwama. We remember that run that Chipfumbu had to the title shot. It was something incredible. It was finish after finish after finish. The guy was just destroying the competition.
Yeah, and very strong fighters at that. I mean, Abdul Hassan, Guy Mungambi, Tumasang Madebi. He's put away some of the most experienced bantams and flies we've had in the history of the EFC.
Absolutely.
And he's one of those guys who just keeps developing. And like I said before, his style has changed a lot at UMF because I found that things find a new purpose. And whether that purpose will find a result in a run to the title of the bantamweight division, time will tell.
I think we both agree that at flyweight, both these guys are tremendous as well. They're fighting up. They didn't have to quite go under the intense weight cut that they're used to, so probably a little bit more comfortable in there. A nice situation for the both of them, but you see the difference in size and the sort of disadvantage that Dwama is in here, dealing with a guy like Chipfumbu, who's just a lot taller, a lot more well-built. But Dwama holding his own for the time being with a minute left here in round 1.
Yeah, he did well to turn around Sylvester back into the hex. I mean, he's just got a very, very strong and wiry young lad, is Fafa Duama. But you see here, correct, he's completely struggling with the actual build and stature of Sylvester. And the fact that this is in Sylvester's wheelhouse right away.
Ooh, take a look at that. Nice knee there by Duama. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but initiating a little bit of offense here.
Nice little right uppercut, but gets caught.
Oh, and they come out of the separation. Duama catches one.
Sylvester happy to stay in his corner. He turned over there when he was in the clinch of the hex, listening over to what DeMarc Penna had to say. He's putting the pressure on Duama. Duama's backing up a bit. He's one of those, Duama can be very dangerous in the pocket when he's backed up. DeMarc Penna calling out for the knee.
This
Nice
is
control.
where Chip Fumbu is very, very dangerous. Those big knees, long and wiry, especially at flyweight. We know how dangerous he is at flyweight at that sort of size.
Yeah.
What he's doing right now is what he's best at, and that's grinding, throwing elbows, throwing knees. Final seconds in round number 1, and I believe that one will go to Chip Fumbu. Close round. Fafa Duama definitely held his own. But I believe round 1 will go to Chip Fumbu, and now Duama has to go back to the drawing board. You can see we're in his corner for your Restonic corner cam, as you see Faiz Jacobs. Many people calling him the #1 contender of the bantamweight division.
I can't argue with that at all. I love Faiz Jacobs. And it's a good camp for Fafa Duama to be fighting the Zinc down in, with Fidar Edries and the rest of those guys.
It's a fantastic group. I have to agree with you on that one.
For a wrestler, he's really improved in his striking. And that may be one of the reasons why he's had a pretty good 3-fight winning streak coming into this fight. Of course, Sylvester, we could talk about that tough time against Kazama Azul. I think he actually fractured his orbital bone in his cheek. And I think there was a reset, the reset button that happened with him at UMF, which is why I think he deserves a fight for the title. But yeah, a lot of people want dibs on that #1 contender spot at Bantam.
They absolutely do, and they got to get through this fight first. Chip Fumbu, I'm sure if he could pull off this win, he would love to have a date with Destiny with Faiz Jacobs. Love to see that matchup. And here we go, folks. Chip Fumbu, the Gladiator.
Are you ready?
Ready to go again. Fafa Duama on the other side of the hex. Round number 2 brought to you by our good friends at Dragon Energy, specifically designed to maximize mental and physical performance. That's Dragon Energy.
Look, he's true to his word as Fafa Duama, as Kilo Yamambeli. He's been very difficult to pick up. There's been a couple of times when Sylvester had the underhooks and tried the trips and hip drops. And some good takedown defense, but there's a nice exchange there by Chip Fumbu. Fafa Duama just reverses him, puts him back up against the cage. Nice left knee from the inside from Sylvester. He's going for the single, going for the double. Now he's got the seatbelt position around the side. Trying to isolate that one leg. Duama's just fighting for the wrist control with Sylvester's left hand.
Grinding there and controlling the position. Sylvester Chip Fumbu, and he just missed with a big one.
That was close.
Ends up hitting the fence.
That's actually put your hair out of place. I can feel that. Again, good pressure from Sylvester.
By the way,
Comes back. Oh, it's a nice left high kick.
There it is. That was a money shot right there on the side of the head of Fafa Duama, and he had to be hurt by that one. He is hurt. Sylvester Chip Fumbu closing in. He smells blood. Can the Gladiator take out Duama?
Again, Sylvester Chip Fumbu looking over to DeMarc Penna and Temo Garimbo though. Let's try and turn him over. And he's got his back now.
Uh-oh.
He's got the hooks in.
Here comes
Bad
Chip
press.
Fumbu. There's a lot of time left. Fafa has nothing left.
He's got nothing. He's kind of escaping. He's not making any kind of attempt to get out of here. There's some nasty blows coming in. Right swinging hooks from Sylvester Chip Fumbu.
Oh, Brad Block was just about to stop this thing.
He's still looking very, very closely. It's only a matter of seconds if it carries on.
Fafa trying to move around. I think Sylvester needs to go back to the strikes. I think he can end the fight if he does. He's going to try to get the sub now.
Yeah, he's trying to see if he can get the left forearm underneath the chin for the rear naked, but it was well defended by Fafa, then decided to turn.
There, he's going right back to it.
Still both hooks.
He knows where the money's at. The money's with the ground and pound right now.
Still a good display from Fafa Duama for putting up with that. He's still in the fight. It's a very nasty position for him. Sylvester Chip Fumbu, just stoic. Like I said, that a silent assassin. That kind of face that really gives no emotion away, and yet here he is putting a beating on Duama into the second round.
Look at that, putting the squeeze on Duama. Might pop that head right off if he gets underneath the neck. Halfway point of round number 2. You got to believe that Chipfumbu is closing in on a win. Duama!
Oh, did well to get back to his feet. He was trying to turn in, and Sylvester was trying to prevent it, but very, very well popped up by
Save
Duama.
the Duama for your mama.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, I knew you would.
Back up to the grind against their Hex. That was a very impressive way, but he was taking a couple of shots. I really did think Brad Black was going to stop that. That was a couple of seconds away.
He's trying to come out of the separation here. I think the best thing for Chipfumbu is to separate and smash right now. I think he still has Duama on the ropes. Duama is exhausted. Keep in mind he fights out of Cape Town. Do not discount the altitude, ever. It's serious up here.
Sylvester still holding on to that left wrist of Fafa Duama. He's just controlling him, being very, very patient, swinging a couple of right hooks to the back and the ribs once in a while, keeping him soft, keeping up against the Hex, not allowing Fafa Duama to turn around in reverse position. Brad Block's warning he wants a bit more action.
Tied up there with the arms, but if Sylvester can separate, I think he has a big elbow across the side of the head of Duama that he can land.
Nice knee up the inside.
Duama's hurt. Here we go. Beginning of the end. The Gladiator closing in on his next victim.
Yeah, he's definitely smelling blood now, isn't he? There's a
Ooh,
big swelling
shot to the body.
on Duapa's side of the face. There's a big right hook coming in there from Chipfumbu.
He's going to try to bring him back down. I think the separation's where he goes here.
There's a nasty swelling started coming up on Fafa Duama's left side of his face.
Could be the beginning of the end. Elbow City. Elbow City.
Brad Block is giving Fafa Duama a warning. He's got a bit more action than this. He's got to defend a bit more intelligently. Some nasty elbows to the sides. Brad Block still wanting Fafa Duama.
Dropping bows all over Fafa Duama. This is getting nasty. Duama
nasty
still
shots
holding
coming
on.
in.
Brad Block telling him to move.
Sylvester's really not them getting anywhere. He was alternating some nice swinging hooks with nicer elbows to the other side of the head. All completely legal now.
If Fafa Duama even comes out of the corner, if he can make it out of this, I'll be surprised. He is
10
beat up and
seconds
hurt.
left.
Final seconds. Duama just going on pure adrenaline, pure heart. Somehow still surviving. And we'll go to round 3. Wow.
That is a display of durability and guts by Fafa Duama, but really
man.
Sylvester Chipfumbu smelled blood and went in for the kill, but he didn't quite get it.
Duama looking like the Walking Dead over there, barely here.
Yeah, that's a
We'll
big
see if he
mouse.
wants to come out for round number 3. He's showing a lot of courage right now, showing a lot of heart. Restonic action replay.
And Chipfumbu looks...
I think he's gone. I think he's out on his feet right now. Let's take a look at the replay and we'll see how it all went down. It was a nice combination.
That left high kick from Sylvester, though, it was really nasty.
Yeah, it went right through the guard, and here you go with the ground and pound. Dangerously close, and I think a few more shots in this run, it could have ended the fight.
Yeah, there was a couple of times when Sylvester seemed to position up and just taking a couple of air, and I think there was the pauses that allowed Kilo Yamumbele to actually reset himself a little bit and just gut it out through. I see Brad Block was warning him several times, and I think he just got just enough defensive action for the man on the ground.
Sure.
That he was always relatively still in the fight. I don't think there was any point where Duama was really out on his feet at any point.
Naomi Das getting us ready for round number 3. Look at that hair. You got to dye your hair that. It'd be nice. Be a nice change.
You want me to dye everything here
The
tonight?
beard, the hair, everything.
There's
Come
nothing
on.
left. But true to his word, Kilo Yamumbele is off his stool and ready to fight for the 3rd round. Great display of guts. Sylvester Chipfumbu looked like he can run a marathon.
He's a warrior.
Jumping up and down on the balls of his feet, ready for another.
Oh, baby, here it is, round number 3. How much left does Duama have? Round 3 brought to you by Dragon Energy. Feels like it's the beginning of the end here for Fafa Duama, but I'll never count him out.
That was a
Big shot.
Right. Sylvester trying to go for the kill. Fafa Duama then going for the takedown for safety.
Fafa Duama making Sylvester Chipfumbu work. He's up 2 rounds.
Again, the other more innovating work up against the cage.
The head's wide open for a big knee. Chipfumbu needs to look for that. Fafa Duama has to watch out for that. Knees to the back of the leg.
Yeah, coming out into the 3rd, Sylvester was teasing that left high kick, waiting for his opponent to flinch, which he didn't do. So then he just shot for it and just said, I'm going to kick you in the head anyway. With my fake switch nose. There's some big right shots coming in there.
Fafa takes another Big hook.
Oh, it's an illegal blow with a massive side shot to the head.
Match going to be over. It's going to be a disqualification.
That
So
wasn't-
Chipumbu just lost that fight.
There's no doubt he was a grounded opponent.
No, 100%. 100%. There's no way
He seems
he
okay.
continues. I don't think he'll continue, though. I don't think he'll continue. No
Sure.
way he continues. That was too much.
Telling Brad Block he seems to be absolutely fine, but
I think he was. I think he expected. I think that Chipumbu expected for Fafa to get up to his feet, and he didn't.
Looking at the damage to the eye, which may have been caused by that kick, we're not sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
But now he's
whether
starting to
or
feel
not
it.
it was or not, I think for sure they're going to stop this fight. It's too much. Fafa Dawama's hurt.
It was a massive shot, wasn't it?
That was a hell of a shot. My goodness, I just hope Fafa's fine. It's a very tough shot to take. He
was taking a lot of
tried
punishment
to
in this
pop
fight.
up. The guy has heart for days. I mean, days and days.
that was
Nobody can doubt the resilience of a guy like
Oh,
Fafa
no.
Dawama. But I think they're going to have to stop this one. You can see he's grabbing onto his head. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's feeling the pain. And without a doubt,
All you have to do is see that shot.
but even if this fight is over because of this and there's a disqualification, there's no doubt in my mind that Fafa Dawama was a guy who's prepared to go out on his shield completely, regardless of this stoppage now or not.
Oh, 150%. I mean, I agree with you. That's exactly what he does.
But then you have
And
someone like
Fafa's
Sylvester
down. He won't come back.
Sylvester Chipford was such a veteran. He's so experienced. He's got such a large fight record. I thought he would know better than kicking a down opponent in the head.
Well, I don't think it was intentional. I think he literally expected Fafa to pop up. He wanted to catch him on the way up.
Just timed it too prematurely.
Yeah, he just timed it too prematurely. I think that's exactly what it is. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's an unfortunate thing. Fafa's not going to continue. Medical officials are talking to him right now. He has up to 5 minutes. If he continues. Now let's take a look. We're going to go to a replay right now here, Simon. Let's take a look at this.
It was the big left that actually did the damage that put him down in the first place.
Okay, and here we go.
Yeah, the right knee is definitely on the ground, and it was a massive headshot. That is a thoroughly illegal blow.
Let's take it one more time. I mean, on
referee Brad Block in the way
money.
there, but it was.
That one's close, Simon. He wasn't really popping up yet. I hate to see it. I think it's just a big mistake on
such a shame because it was so.
Sylvester Chipumbu is going to learn from this one. This fight is over. It's finished. And it's going to be a win here for Fafa Dawama by disqualification. It's an ugly mark here on Sylvester Chipumbu. We know the talent that he possesses. Yeah. He was no doubt winning the fight. He was closing in on a victory, and he made a mistake. Now listen, right now, Dana White's trying to wipe out the big mistake that happened to John Jones. It happens.
Yeah.
This is part of the fight game. I don't think it was something that was dastardly. I don't think it was a nasty shot that he was trying to hurt him. I think it was just something that happened in the fight. Tamar Penna now comforting Fafa Dawama. Everybody checking on Fafa, a guy that has, like I said, incredible courage, incredible heart. The fact that he was still going in round number 3, I think, blew all of us away.
Let's take a look at the replay again, because it was the left shot. Sylvester put a nice big shot in there. It was a good action for all those 3 rounds, so it is such a shame. Right from the first round, Fafa Dawama takes a shot and says, okay, I'll take some more of that. But it was really the control and the clinch work that Sylvester Chipumbu was so much more dominant than Fafa Dawama. Clinching up against the hex, I mean, that is the classic UMF style we've come to really enjoy from these guys up in Kyalami. But it was really quite a beating Chipumbu was putting on. Dawama wasn't always out of it, though. He took some really tough shots in that second round. He was more than happy to come off his stool for the third. There's a couple of times in that second where I really did think it was going to get stopped. A lot of big blows winging in, good control, good heavy top control from Sylvester Chipumbu and some very nasty ground and pound. The referee warning Fafa Dawama several times to make a show of it, which he did just about. Some nasty elbows coming into the side of the head. Couple, a little bit illegal, but in general, 99% of them were landing well on the side. Mixing up the hooks with the elbows. Dawama did all he could. It was that left that really hurt him, followed by a right and another left that put him on the ground. And I think Cyrus is right. I think Sylvester was expecting him to pop up a lot quicker. He waited and waited, but his opponent was still on the ground, and he connected on the button with that shot. It was a cracking fight, and such a shame to end it in that manner. But hey, like Cyrus says, that is the MMA game indeed. So let's send it up and get the decision now with Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brad Block calls a stop to the contest at 1 minute, 2 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by disqualification due to an illegal kick to a grounded opponent, Fafa Kiloyomombele Duama.
And if I could just have a couple of words with Fafa Duama, are you able to talk? Can we have a quick conversation? Was all right? It was a tough shot. Is that fight you don't be willing to fight again? Because I know it was a tough fight for you.
No, I'll wait for Tato. It's not Tato, no fight. Thank you, Fight Jacob. Thank you, Fidel coach. Thank you, Gessi Park. Thank you. No fight for Tato. No fight. You beat someone for Tato.
Okay, I think you should go backstage and get some treatment. Okay, my friend. Thank you so much indeed. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Fafa Kiloyomombele Duama.
There you go, Fafa Duama getting the win by disqualification. Very, very tough to see, but as we've said before, that is MMA. All right, folks, with hotels and apartments all around South Africa, you can book online and save 12% instantly. Book online at thecapital.co.za right about now. That's the Capital, proud partner of the EFC. More to come here from Carnival City. We'll be back with more from EFC 80.
EFC 80, Gareth McClellan versus Brendan Lazar is live from the Big Top Arena at Carnival City in Johannesburg, South Africa. EFC Gym, the ultimate way to get fit, has now opened a mega gym in Pulshof, Johannesburg at the EFC Performance Institute. With fun and intensive 1-hour training routines inspired by the workouts of EFC champions, EFC Gym is for everybody.
EFC Gym is for people of all ages, all fitness levels. You know, the workouts are challenging for both athletes and first-timers. So regardless of whether you are a first-timer or an athlete, you're guaranteed to have a good workout. Currently, there's no gyms like this. EFC is introducing a revolution in the fitness industry, whereby we incorporate boxing and functional training into a 1-hour high-intensity workout.
If you're looking to lose weight, tone up, and get in the best shape of your life, contact EFC Gym now for your free 1-week membership. EFC Gym. EFC 81, 10 August, Times Square, Pretoria. Tickets and broadcast info at efcworldwide.com. Coming up next is the bantamweight bout between Devin Cronje and Guy Mongambe. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal. Get the new special edition EFC Dragon Energy can now. Iris CBD, the official CBD partner to the EFC. Iris CBD is one of the leading CBD oil products and brands in the world and is now available in South Africa. CBD has a multitude of health benefits, from assisting with sleep to recovery after a hard training session or game.
I take my kiddies oil every day and it makes me big and strong.
Iris CBD oil is now available at EFC Gym Santon and EFC Gym Pulshof. Iris CBD. Live life Iris. The Fighter Season 2 is proudly driven by the Land Rover specialists, Auto Excellence.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Staying at the Capital, it's good for business. get everything you need, nothing you don't. Interleading rooms, fully serviced apartments. R&R? Now that's a must for good business. Think smarter, bigger, better. Stay on trend, right in the middle of it all, where it's good for business.
Fit Chef, the official healthy eating partner of EFC, now available at EFC Gym Santon and EFC Gym Pulsoff. Order online at fitchef.co.za. Fit Chef, you are what you eat. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Experience the value of quality, balanced mineral water. Aquavita Mineral Water. Get more out of life.
And welcome back to Johannesburg, South Africa. It is EFC 80, a historic night. Folks, Irie CBD is one of the leading CBD oil products in the world today and is now available in South Africa. Irie CBD, live life Irie. Proud partner here, and we are in a jam-packed Big Top Arena. Can I tell you, we are completely sold out, Simon. What a big night. Everybody wants to see the main event, the co-main event, and they are being treated to incredible fights here tonight. I
agree with completely, Cyrus. So we know we talked about how the Gareth McClellan factor is one of the reasons why, we often are sold out here in Carnival City. Such great African MMA fans here based in Johannesburg, but I also think it's testament to the popularity of the Fighter Season 2. I think people in watching the individual journeys of these amazing female athletes we've taken from all over the world and put them here in Johannesburg, and people being glued to the sets. The figures for ratings for the show have been absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
We've had some great sponsors, some great partners, a lot of drama, so great action, and it all culminates here tonight, and that's one that folks here in Carnival City want to see tonight.
All right.
They want to see the end of that journey.
They do, and I can't wait. Bantamweight matchup coming up next week, Devin Cronje and Guy Mugambi. Let's take a look right now at our stats board brought to you by the good friends at Rex Dipping Gearbox. First up, Devin Cronje.
Yeah, he's got some really good jits. Coming back from a boxing background, he's really worked on his submissions with Richard Kwan, and he is undefeated. And a great ground striker, Guy Mugambi, very dangerous when he's going backwards as well. Very wiry and strong, small, compact fighter, and really quick. He's able to move across the hexagon in the blink of an eyelid. Dangerous, dangerous fighter.
Yes, indeed. Next matchup coming up here at EFC 80.
New rising talents hit the main card for the first time to earn their spot amongst the top of the bantamweight division, both on impressive win streaks, both hungry to prove they belong. A turbulent journey has taken Cronje from future prospect to masterful athlete, a man that brings the fight to his opponent, evident in his 100% submission rate.
Stand up, I'm better than him. Grappling, I'm just going to smash him, and once he feels my pressure, I think he'll just break mentally.
Out of action for some time, Mugambi returns to make a statement that he is formidable, dangerous, and coming for the EFC strap. The Congolese warrior spirit runs deep in his veins as he looks to follow in the footsteps of his countrymen, Lungiambula and Kabeza.
When I'm preparing for this, it means I'm the winner for this fight. Between me and him, we're standing there, man to man. There we're gonna know who's the winner.
Now, a new contender will be made.
All my fans all over the world, I, Guy Mugambi, I'm going to win this fight. So much true. Danger.
I'm 100% positive I'll win this fight because I'm the best.
Devin Cronje versus Guy Mugambi. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance.
And now we see the return of Guy Mugambi back to EFC action. 36-year-old fighter out of the DRC. Has always been with Team CIT MMA, which has turned him into an absolute beast. He's currently sitting at 2-1, coming off of 2 wins in a row. And a lot of people want to know if he'll take it to the next level, see if he can actually get to a contendership. And I think he has to have a dominant win here if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, what's interesting about this fight particularly, we're talking about what a historic night in history of African MMA this is, EFC 80, but what we've got, I've just realized it, it's looking at all the CRT guys there, we've got an old school FFM CRT clash, which we haven't seemed to have in quite a while. Obviously Devin Cronje has moved from FFM and he's now at Coach Kwan University, which is kind of a hybrid evolution of Fight Pit Militia, Apex Coach Kwan University. But yeah, Guy Mugambi from CIT, and you look at what kind of guys they're training with in training camp, and you've got an amazing bunch of guys up at CIT, as we always talk about, but the same can be said easily of his opponent. I think Mornay Fisser, the head coach at CIT, has always said that Guy Mugambi really deserved to be in the A team of the fight team at CIT, and I think he's been showing that in his last couple of performances, particularly that win over TC Kusu, where I think, okay, this is a different Guy Mugambi than the ones we've seen before, where he mixed up wins and losses almost like a zebra crossing, but he's coming in on a fair bit of momentum, and he's one of those guys that always seems to improve every time he steps into the hexagon.
No, I got to agree with you there. I mean, he took that step. He started off slow. He took the loss on his debut, but then he reeled off 2 in a row over TC Kusu, which was a fantastic win for Mugambi. And at 36 years old, it's time to get on that horse. Time to hammer out some wins. If you want to make a run, you want a title shot, you better get on it. Guy Mugambi been training hard for this moment. Will he capitalize tonight here in Johannesburg?
En jou gesig is 'n sterrestelsel. Ek is 'n kind wat na die sterre kyk. As jy onder my hare.
And here comes the very talented young Devin Cronje, only 25 years old, coming out of Coach Kwan University. An absolute beast, as you can see. Some pretty big names there in his corner representing, and of course Richie Kwan as well. Devin Cronje has had a very fantastic career thus far. Currently sitting at 3-1, 2 wins in a row. Not undefeated. He did lose to our former champion Lutando Biko. I mean, just go ahead and admit the mistake whenever it happens.
Yeah, the graphic was wrong, but it was a tough loss against a guy who went on to become
always putting the blame on
the champion. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. I can take that. I'll own it.
Well, right now, hold on. He's in the CM Trading prep zone as we speak. Of course, CM Trading is your local international broker. Just go to cmtrading.com. But mistakes aside, let's get into this fight. Devin Cronje, when he came out, when he made his debut, people had, championship contender written all over him. A lot of these guys, your Rudy Roots and your Devin Cronjes, I mean, it just seems like these guys are destined to be on top of their division.
Where's he going? He's running away.
He's leaving.
He doesn't want to fight. I think he's forgotten his box by the look of it.
So we're going to take care of that. Devin's going to grab...
Referee Ferdy Basson is actually beside himself. How can you come out to the fight? You've got your gum guard, but you forgot your box. And what we've seen some of the fights earlier in the EFC 80, you want to be coming out with your box tonight, folks. We've seen a couple of nasty nut shots.
Hey, Devin's back.
He's back. He wants to fight after all, which is really good. But you know the thing about Devin Cronje reminds me, I remember him as a really young kid at FFM in Sunninghill here in Johannesburg. He was one of those young guys who was taking classes. He comes from a boxing background, but it was that jits that Richard Kwan and everyone else at FFM with Norman Vessels and the rest of the team who really started working on his ground game. He was always a decent boxer. I remember him teaching me boxing in a couple of classes once or twice. But he was one of those young guys in that setup where there was a whole bunch of really hangry beasts there in the early days. Gareth was there, Dino Bagatine, Boyd Allen, some of those absolute cracking fighters. And that's the kind of crucible of pressure that a very young Devin Cronje came into. He's been unfortunate in his injuries that he's had, but he's still only 25, so there's a lot to play play for, and it's a very impressive career. And like you said, just that one loss against the man who went on to become the champion of the bantamweight division, Lutando Biko.
Yes, indeed. Devin Cronje is ready to rumble inside of the Hex. And this fight is brought to you by Constantia Insurance. That's insurance made personal.
It's time to take a look at the Easy Equities tailored tape, and it's quite an interesting one because there's some very similar statistics, but it's 11 years elder is the Congolese athlete Guy Mongambi, but the height and the weight is pretty much on the button, and it's a slight reach advantage that goes to Guy Mongambi. A great matchup for the bantamweight division, an up-and-comer against a veteran. So let's get things cracking underway now with Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds in the EFC Bantamweight Division. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, a mixed martial artist with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 5'6" tall, weighing in at 134 pounds. Fighting out of Pretoria, South Africa, Guy Mongambi. And now his opponent, standing across the Hex, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist with a record of 3 wins, only 1 defeat. Standing 5'6" tall, weighing in at 134 pounds. He fights out of Johannesburg, South Africa, Devin Cronje. Your referee when the Hex door closes, Vika Swart.
A lovely Ali welcoming in the first round of this cracking bantamweight fight. One of our lovely RDG Hexagon girls. RDG offers free drivetrain assessments for any vehicle brought into its workshops countrywide.
She is lovely.
And
Ali and Naomi.
You like Naomi's hair tonight, don't you?
I like
She
that
got
hair.
that done
it looks
2 weeks
good.
ago.
Here we go. Bantamweight action here. 25 versus 36. Devin Cronje. He's a bouncing. He's excited to get in here and start throwing. Look at that call. Cool, focused. That's Guy Mongambi.
Both athletes coming on a 2-fight winning streak. Who will be able to continue that to a 3rd?
Time for some action. Time for some action. Dragon Energy brings you round 1 there in the gray trunks. That is Devin Cronje. In the black, Guy Mongambi. What a matchup here. What a contrast in age. Contrast in style. And like you said, it's that old school CIT-FFM feud. Right back at it again.
It just seems to be a long time since we've had one. And it just occurred to be in the walkout. That's exactly what we're getting here tonight. And it's an old school matchup for the big hardcore MMA fans here in South Africa.
You know, I think a lot of people forgot, that Guy Mongambi, he's been gone for so long. And the guy went on that 2-fight win streak run, and I don't know all the details why he had to step away. That being said, he's back now. He looks good. He looks very comfortable. From what I understand, he's had a fantastic training camp leading up to this.
Yeah, and I'm so glad Devin's coming in injury-free. He's had a problem with his knee before in the past. But he's got nice head movement. I've been training a lot on stand-up with our World Championship boxer, Boyd Allen. Of course, he used to be a very famous EFC champion.
Yes, indeed.
Also got a superb ground game. And it's Devin's jiu-jitsu that's come on leaps and bounds. I mean, when he lost to the next world champion, Lutando Biko, he went to a decision, went all 3 rounds with Lutando Biko, and it was only his 2nd pro fight, which is a highly impressive thing to do. But Devin's jiu-jitsu with Coach Richard Quant seems to just be one of those things that ever improving.
Do you think we'll ever see Boyd Allen back in the Hex?
I'd love so, because I'm just a big fan
never
of his
say
style.
never, right? I would love to see it happen.
Fan
Boyd,
of
if
his
you're
edge.
out there, probably out in the crowd right now as you speak.
It's just ironic that he's a boxing world champion, and it's this jiu-jitsu is something I always enjoyed. Particularly those battles with Danny Henry were absolute classics.
Absolutely, I agree.
But if Devin Cronje is one of those guys who's picking up the baton from Apex and Coach Quant University, then I'll be happy to see it. I'll pay good money to see these guys fight anytime.
See the reach advantage for Devin Cronje. That could pay dividends coming from that boxing background if he could start landing. Coming in with that southpaw stance. Let's see if he can make it work.
It's a nice inside leg kick by Mongambi. Devin's got a little bit of a welt coming already.
Folks, if you haven't hooked up with our social media, don't waste any time. It's very simple. It's at EFC Worldwide on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And use hashtag EFC80 all night long. to get in the conversation.
Yeah, there's a great fan community out there with the UFC Worldwide that I always really enjoy on social media. Like I said, all of those platforms. And if you get engaged on that, you'll probably get... Oh, it's a nice right from Devin. That was a good exchange.
Left. And he walked into a left there from Guy Mugambi.
Didn't he? Nice counter punch. Nice right head kick from Cronje that turns Mugambi around somewhat.
Still to come tonight, McClellan and Lazar for interim middleweight championship gold and the finale of The Fighter Season 2. Both those still on tap tonight. Lot to look forward to, folks.
Both athletes very aware of each other's power. Another good leg kick that turns him around again. Devin targeting that left front kick. Still good movement by Devin, moving away from the power of that left hand.
Has to feel good there for Guy Mugambi to be back inside the hexagon right here in the EFC where he's so comfortable.
Devin's getting a little bit looser. He's got a nice slip and counter, has Devin Cronje. He's got some nice movement. I've seen him engage in the past. He's really gone for it, and he's got some beautiful movement when he really starts moving forward. But it's Mugambi with the pressure. And Devin Cronje's having to circle away a fair bit.
Little outside leg kick there from Cronje. Kind of picking at each other right now. Nobody really committing to any big combinations. Who's going to take round number one? I think it's still up for grabs as we speak. I think whoever can land a nice flurry here at the end may steal the round.
Yeah, it is close indeed, isn't it? Both just exchanging leg kicks from range. I really did think this would be go to the ground by now, so I'm very interested in why it stayed on the stand-up. The classic wrestling and top control of Mugambi with a wrestling pedigree. They've got it. CIT and a big left. He gets off on Devin.
Mugambi continues to attack those legs. Cronje, some big opportunities if he can land.
Now it's Cronje with the pressure. It's Mugambi looking to counter.
Oh,
good,
that was
great
a heck
double
of
shoot.
A shot. What a shot. What well timed.
It was beautifully timed, wasn't it?
Devin Cronje showing a little wrestling acumen out there.
Absolute textbook double. The transition round to side. He's only got 5 seconds left. But that may just seal it for the first round in the judges' favour, because like I said, it was pretty even on the feet there. And Cronje punctuates the end of the first round with a beautiful double leg.
Well, you just think about the guys that Devin Cronje gets to train with and has sapped all that wrestling knowledge from. You know, how about, you know, for a long time, Demar Pena, how about JP Bays? What about Bokang Masunyane? Some of the best wrestlers that have stepped foot inside of the UFC, and at one time even Iga Cabeza as well. I mean, some of the best wrestlers that have ever been here in this organization have been there on a regular basis with Devin Cronje, and you can tell that he's taken some of that wrestling knowledge and put it to good use. I think that takedown definitely sealed up round number one for him.
Yeah, you take all those factors and you put in the tutelage and governorship of probably one of the greatest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teachers in the Southern Hemisphere, that man you're seeing in the front of your screen there, Richard Kwan, and you get a very, very dangerous fight camp for anyone from CIT and FFM, any other camp want to take on anyone from Coach Kwan University. They know they're going to go in for a war.
Well, there's a lot of pride on the line in this matchup. We talk about that rivalry. Now it's Coach Kwan University, one-time FFM. CIT still standing tall, doing a great job, pumping out some fantastic athletes. But there is that rivalry. There is that passion between these two. Every time they meet, you'll usually have a split crowd. It's just what it is.
And I like how they did the hand touch at the beginning of the second round. They're both grinning at each other across the hex. And it's always been a case with that rivalry between CIT and FFM, Apex Coach Kwan University. There've always been a massive amount of respect. It has been the greatest rival in the history of South African mixed martial arts.
Well, and the two best schools that have ever been in this organization as well. They've just pumped out EFC champions over the years. Oh, big shot by Cronje. He lands that one, and that gave him a little bit more confidence. He wants to bring this thing back down to the ground. He is just trying to ragdoll Guy Mugambi, and that is not an easy thing to do. Mugambi is good at staying on his feet and did a great job using his balance and staying upright after that attempt.
Yeah, and Devin took a knee to the midriff whilst he was trying to take his opponent down. As we know, that wrestling pedigree of CIT with the Olympic wrestling coach Attila Barnard up in Pretoria. I mean, Guy Mugambi's takedown defense has always been really, really good. It's a tough place to be.
Devin Cronje in a great position right now. Can he bring Mugambi down to the mat? About a minute and a half in, and he is grinding up against that bench, looking for an opening. Guy Mugambi just surviving at this point. There's your takedown. He gets it, uses his strength.
Yeah, it was just pure strength and leverage, wasn't it? Knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he succeeded. But for me, one of the most interesting things about CIT is that their attitude to fighting and fight camp and everything. They just want to have fun. I remember Morne Fista telling me that every time his fighters lose, it's because they
have fun.
They have fun.
From what I understand, inside that gym, though, on a practice day, it ain't no fun.
It's a war.
It is absolute war. I guess they have a good time with it.
If you want to see the South African equivalent of shoot box, then you go to CIT, and you'll just get guys going 100% at each other. There's no easy sparring at CIT in Pretoria. It is full on there.
Yeah, it's definitely two different approaches between those two camps on how they handle things.
But saying that, you go to Coach Kwan University and see those guys spar, and it's equally brutal at sometimes. You know, there's always someone being dropped, you know, in sparring because they just enter such a presence. It's one of those simple things of train hard, fight easy, and both camps have always done that in the past.
And speaking of one of those products,
here shots coming from Cronje.
Cronje is exploding with right hands. He's going to try to end this fight. I think Guy Mugambi is hurt.
He's trying. He's not getting away from anywhere. Goes to his back.
Oh, my goodness. What an explosion by Devin Cronje. He waited for the right time, and he just landed at least 6 or 7 straight shots.
Yeah, I just think Mugambi was shell-shocked, wasn't he? They were just coming in so hard and so fast, he wasn't even had time to think. And that's the ability when you're on the ground and you're getting hammered, that you have the wherewithal where a special part of your brain is able to switch over to the logical part of the brain and think through that situation. And because the shots were coming in hard and fast, Mugambi wasn't allowed to do that.
Time to go down to business.
He's in full mount.
Full mount, ladies and gentlemen. Just about 2 minutes left. Guy Mugambi is in big trouble.
Oh, some nasty shots coming in. Don't forget.
Oh my gosh!
Devin Cronje's got a strong back attack, so he's going to soften him up. He's going to get that right arm underneath the chin and look for the rear naked.
Well, I know Guy Mugambi's tough, but whoa!
He's taking quite a hellacious beating right now, isn't he?
Rough shots. They are on the money.
This fight
is all over.
Oh my goodness!
Devin Cronje looking like a machine tonight.
Guy Mugambi obviously upset, but he still seems a little bit shell-shocked.
Can we call him a machine? That was very machine. Can we give him that nickname? We'll discuss it with Devin. That was nasty. Piston-like right hands. He was just drilling lefts, rights, and there was nowhere for Guy to go. It was just too much, and you know, he looks like he's going to be serious in this division. I would love to see what his next matchup is, and whatever it's going to be, I believe in Devin Cronje. That was nice.
Yeah, and he's got a great attitude and he's a great kid, and we know that Guy Mugambi will come back. Tough loss for him, but he was up against a very tough opponent who's got a very, very bright future. I think just Devin Cronje found himself in a position where he realized, hold on a minute, my opponent's not going anywhere. I can actually rain down some very, very nasty ground and pound. All of a sudden, he just took the opportunity, and it came out of nowhere. And I think Guy Mugambi was completely shell-shocked with that kind of barrage.
Absolutely, and it was just a beautiful way to finish that fight. A nice TKO victory for Devin Cronje, who continues to get better in front of our eyes. Another great product of Coach Kwan University. Let's take a look at that Restonic action replay.
Yeah, he really tried for the takedown several times and paid for it with a few knees up the middle, but finally just pulled the leverage, arched his back and took his opponent down. He had that trapped the left leg of Guy Mugambi and realized he wasn't able to go anywhere. Very, very simple side control from Devin Cronje. Softened him up, then transitioned to the back, got the body hooks in, got the body lock in with the legs, started swinging those left hooks were nasty. And referee Vickers Swart had seen enough. Beautiful technique by Devin Cronje. I was surprised that he didn't really go for the submission, but then again, he has an opponent in all kinds of difficulty and just went to town. And a good stoppage by referee Vickers Swart. Superb performance and great to return to the win column for Devin Cronje. Let's get the fight result official now with Cyrus Feeds.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vickers Swart calls a stop to the contest at 3 minutes 34 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO to the strikes, Devin Cronje.
I'm here with your winner, Devin Cronje. Devin, another win in the win column for you. Great momentum for you, especially the guys at Coach Kwan University. How's the fight camp and how did the fight go for you? You've got to be happy with that performance.
Yeah, my fight camp was much better this time. I took it serious, but I had more fun in it.
That way I didn't get injured. I actually enjoyed what I do. And I think I'm really going to do my fight camps the way I did.
Okay, and what's next for you? Because obviously you're going to stay at bantamweight division, but a performance like that, surely a shot at the top of the ladder is the one next for you.
I don't know. I'll come see Graham on Monday. I want to get 2 or 3 more in this year. I mean, there's 6 months left. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. We don't see you fight often enough, and a great performance. Congratulations, my friend. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Devin Cronje.
Yes, what a special night there for Devin Cronje. I'm trying to think. Dangerous Devin Cronje. Devastating. We got to get this guy a nickname. We'll work on it. We'll work on it for next time. Can't wait to have him back. Come on.
Devin the Heaven Cronje.
Stop. You're out. You're out. Tap out. Go home.
Tough crowd.
You're drunk. Folks, there it is. Another big fight here at EFC 80. Folks, don't forget about our good partners, great partners at CM Trading, voted best financial broker in Africa. You can open your account today at cmtrading.com. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a match that could be fight of the night. This is EFC 80.
EFC 80 is broadcasting live from Carnival City, Johannesburg's ultimate gaming and entertainment destination. The EFC event guide has gone digital. Visit EFCworldwide.com now and check out the EFC event guide. The mobile-friendly guide gives you the full fight card, fight rules, fighter info, and so much more. Get to EFCworldwide.com and get your guide now. Stay up to date with all the EFC Worldwide info. Like us on Facebook for exclusive EFC news. Follow us on Twitter for up-to-the-minute announcements. See the latest photos on our Instagram page, as well as EFC videos on our YouTube page, plus all the latest fighter info on our website. Next up is the lightweight bout between Saxon Delafield and Marcel Else. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal. Rex Diff and Gearbox is a factory-approved repair specialist for all gearboxes, differentials, prop shafts, and CV joints. RDG is ISO 9001 quality certified by the SABS and a member of the RMI. We handle all makes of cars, bakkies, trucks, and buses nationwide and across borders. Call RDG now for our excellent quality, service, and 1-year warranty. For more info, visit rdg.co.za. RDG, driven by perfection. CM Trading, trade with the champion's choice.
Hey guys, introducing you to CM Trading, Africa's local broker. Voted best financial broker in Africa 3 years in a row, giving free education to all their clients. Open your account today and receive up to $2,000 in bonuses. CM Trading operates all over Africa and the Middle East. When it comes to trading, only winners count.
Start trading. Visit cmtrading.com. CM Trading, the official EFC online broker partner. ACS, the hygiene experts and cleaning specialists to the EFC Performance Institute. ACS has protected the surfaces of the EFC Performance Institute with a revolutionary product, SD Pro, which creates a long-term antimicrobial coating. Protect your facility with SD Pro. ACS, cleaning, hygiene, high access. www.acs.co.za.
Heroes never cry.
To be great,
While the world is falling down,
one must dare to be great. To be a giant, one must be prepared to fall.
And welcome back to the Big Top Arena here in Johannesburg, South Africa. EFC 80 continues to roll on. Well, folks, with luxury studios and apartments, you can book online and instantly save 12% instantly. Get it right now. Visit thecapital.co.za to book your stay at any of the Capital Premium properties. Are awesome, by the way. It's where we stay. And they're tremendous. Simon, you agree?
Oh, it's a capital place to stay, that's without a doubt.
I'm a big fan of the Capital. They used to bring me Lucozade. They don't do that anymore. We need to talk again.
Didn't they?
You know, we got to get to our next fight. We got another big fight for you. And I'm hearing from the higher-ups, I think it just got tweeted, whoever wins this one could be in line for a title shot against Joe Cummins. This one is Marcel Els taking on Saxon Delafield. What an awesome matchup of two up-and-comers. Let's take a look right now at the stats board, brought to you by Rex Diff and Gearbox. I believe we'll be going to that next. Marcel Els and Saxon Delafield. First up, Sax Bomb.
Yeah, great knockout power in both hands. Got a really decent ground game. Mike Winneby of PFA has been working on that, and there's a 100% finish rate. The guy's at NBK. But Marcel Els, man, don't let the madness persona fool you. He is cool, calm, and calculated in his jiu-jitsu. Dangerous off his back, but a very, very rangy kickboxer.
Man, I like these nicknames. The Madness, the 1 Minute Monster. I'm going to have fun with this one. Your next matchup coming up, Simon, right here at EFC 80.
Two rising stars are set to clash as they chase glory and raise their names into title contention. The ultra-aggressive KO artist, Saxon Delafield, takes on the slick kickboxing of hometown hero, Marcel Els.
I'm putting my money always on myself. Whoever's in my way, whoever's standing in front of me, I'm taking it on, head first, because I want that gold. I want that gold more than anything else. It's the only gold that I haven't achieved in this game before.
100% I'm winning. I've got so much to fight for, and this is my life. This is what I've dedicated my entire life to. I'm 100% going to pull it off and work my way up the ranks.
Once the hexagon doors are locked, Delafield becomes a berserker. He won't stop until he gets a finish.
Okay, you can just expect 100% violence from me. I'm going to put him away. I'm going to put him on his head. I'm going to put him on his back.
Els has risen through the ranks like a dark horse charging, riding high with 3 first-round finishes in a row. A fourth will see him claim his spot among the best.
He's going to come out, I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm going to keep punching him in the face until his plans falls off.
Nothing's going to stand in my way, man. I'm coming to get that win, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Can't wait to have my hands raised after hitting me on the chin, bro.
Saxon Delafield versus Marcel Els. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance.
And here comes the madness. Making the walk here, it is Marcel Els, a guy, they said it, risen like a dark horse indeed. We didn't know what to expect out of Els coming in, but he has turned into one of those devastating fighters here in the lightweight division. Coming off a couple wins in a row. The guy is running hard as we speak. Marcel Els, of course, representing the House of Tinkerbell. We love JP Kruger, former title contender. And he comes in with a great K1 background, but don't get it twisted. The guy is proficient on the ground as well.
Yeah, he's got everything, and I think his route to the Hexagon, Cyrus, is very similar to his trainer, coach, and mentor and hero you saw there, JP Kruger. Very strong kickboxing background, but realized pretty soon early in the MMA game they're going to have to improve their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. And I think Marcel Els just found a niche there where he just found himself very talented with a good rubber guard and fighting off his back, good submission defense, good takedown defense. But yeah, he's all the way around it. But like I said earlier, it's like, don't let this madness persona, he's very calculated. I mean, he's one of those guys that will bait the submission. He will look for an opening and just pounce on it when the opponent's really not suspecting it. And what I like about this matchup particularly is EFC fight maker Graham Cartman told me he's trying to keep these guys separate. He didn't want them fighting each other, but he couldn't get a matchup for either of them. And that's why I expect this one to be a fight of the night, because anytime either of these guys fight, it's always going to be a finish.
You know, I mean, it's all about round one as well. When you talk about Marcel Els, he's either going out in round one or he is winning in round one. last 3 fights. Okay, round 2 for Rocky Ilunga. Then it was Amisi Kabea, round 1 armbar. And then everybody was blown away when he took out Nirik Simos 2 minutes into round number 1. That is what launched him into the stratosphere and put him in what many are considering a #1 contender bout right now tonight at EFC 80.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic range and weight for his weight, but it's that high-level BJJ coming from that solid striking background that makes him a difficult prospect for anyone. That being said, if anyone's got keys to unlock the game of Marcel Els, it'll be the sax bomb, Saxon Delafield.
And here comes the Sax Bomb. Saxon Delafield making the walk once again, representing PFA. The guy once known as the 1-minute monster in his amateur career. He never got out of 1 minute. The guy was an absolute wrecking ball. Then he comes into the EFC, goes up, goes down, and then makes this run currently that he's on right now, Simon, that is absolutely tremendous. Right now, he is sitting in the CM Trading prep zone as we speak. Of course, CM Trading is your local international broker. You can get started very easily by going to cmtrading.com. And man, this transformation and this focus of Saxon Delafield has made all the difference.
Yeah, it was a classic story of you giving up everything, selling everything, and moving from his home comforts of Durban and got into his car, packed his car up.
Having a kid.
Yeah, that's true. Made a lot of sacrifices and came down to PFA and worked on his striking with Mike Munami. You know, Mike Munami's got that great background that comes from the Lebanese South African community, which is very, very rich boxing heritage, and really started working on Saxon's hands and almost gave him a home and looked after him and nurtured him and changed his game and gave him a real different spirit. And now he's one of the stalwarts at PFA. He's one of the mainstays and one of the great teachers there. And he's just a really, really great guy who's made a lot of sacrifices to get better, and he improves every time. That fantastic win his last fight against Roderick Kennard, that was against a wrestler, but it was his strikes that set up the submission and a beautiful rear naked finish.
Decimated him.
Devastating, wasn't it? So yeah, completely new fighter as a result of making those sacrifices, and a great testament for young fighters training around the world that if you want to make the sacrifices and give the sport everything you got, you can be successful at something as a future champion that we see in Saxon Delafield.
Let's see if he can claim that destiny. Big matchup here. This fight brought to you by our good friends at Constantia Insurance. That's insurance made personal.
It's time to take a look at Easy Equity's tail of the tape. 8 years elder is Madness Marcel Els, and he's also 2 inches higher. Both gentlemen weighed in yesterday here at Carnival City in Johannesburg, 155 pounds apiece. But it's a 5-inch shortage in the reach as a disadvantage to Marcel Els. Another cracking lightweight bout lined up for you here at EFC 80. So let's get proceedings underway and send it up to the Hexagon with my friend Cyrus Fees.
And now 3 rounds in the EFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist with a record of 4 wins and 2 defeats. Standing 5'9", weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Boksburg, South Africa, I give you Marcel Madness Els. And now his opponent, standing across the hex, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist with a record of 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Standing 5'7" tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa, I give you Saxon, the Sax Bomb Delafield. Your referee, when the hex door closes, Ferdy Bassan.
Beloved Naomi Dash joining us here this evening, one of our lovely RDG Hexagon girls. Obviously, for more information on Rex Diff and Gearbox, you can go to www.rdg.co.za. RDG, driven by perfection.
It's that time. Wow. Time for another lightweight battle. Who is going to come after Joe Silk Cummins' title? Is it going to be that man, The 1 minute monster, the Sax Bomb, Saxon Delafield, or will it be Marcel Madness?
What I like about this matchup is that the skill set in these areas, this is going to end very, very
no
quickly.
glove touch. He may pay for that one. Saxon Delafield.
Oh, a great trip throw.
The power of the Sax Bomb. Marcel Els may have made a fatal mistake. Not touching. Oh, man, watch out.
Some nice strikes. Marcel's in trouble. He's got the plum clinch on. Some knees from the inside, possibly. He's looking for the guillotine, but he hasn't got it. It's a big explosion from the Sax Bomb.
Oh, man. That was something special, that first 20 seconds.
But we've seen Delafield explode like that in the
Oh,
past.
and a nice takedown there by Marcel Els. I didn't even get to tell you what trunks they were in or anything. Round one, of course, brought to you by Dragon Power. Here we go.
He's got the arm. He's got the arm bar.
He does have that arm bar. He's twisted. This fight's over.
Oh, my goodness. What an incredible finish for Saxon Delafield.
Let's go.
This kid just can't go past 30 seconds without a victory. Absolutely incredible.
You know what? He can tell me not to call him the 1 minute monster, but you just gotta stop beating people in under a minute. My goodness. Saxon Delafield.
Beautiful jiu-jitsu. He was on his back. He isolated the arm and went straight for it and exploded onto it. I didn't see the tap necessarily, but I think it's certainly that Marcel Els was in a very, very nasty position. They had no choice whatsoever, and that's a very emotional Mike Munami with his protege. As well, he should be proud. What an incredible submission finish.
It has been an up and down career. It's been emotional. It's been all kinds of things when you talk about Saxon Delafield. But he has put in the work, put in the hours on the mat, put in the hours sparring, and now he's going to get a shot at Joe Cummins. Mark my words. This is a big day for Saxon Delafield. Big congratulations out there to the Sax Bomb.
So is it guaranteed that the winner of this fight is the #1 contender status at the lightweight division?
I don't know if it's guaranteed, but
we're going to have to ask.
It's going to be a hard time denying him.
There's an explosion straight out the belt. And we've seen it before with Saxon Delafield. It's a beautiful trip throw. His momentum was absolutely fantastic. Marcel did very well to get back to his feet. He was certainly stunned by the barrage of blows coming in. Some knees from inside. Delafield goes with a plum clinch. His back is up against the hex. He then switches to the guillotine choke. Marcel has the single, and that's what he uses to eventually take his opponent down. Delafield then waiting for the arm. Almost threw up the triangle. Then he isolates the armbar, transitions, and then tries to leverage it. Really arches it back. He's readjusting it. The referee stops the fight. I didn't see the tap necessarily. See if we can see from this angle. The referee certainly thought it was enough time. What a fantastic victory now for Saxon Delafield. Surely a shot at Joe Cummins' lightweight title is up next for this incredible fighter. Let's make it official into the record books now with my colleague Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ferdy Basank also stopped to the contest at 47 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by tap out to North Bar. I give you Saxon, the 1 minute monster, Delafield.
Saxon, another very impressive finish. This seems to be repeating it every time I come and talk to you. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on another fantastic finish in the first round?
Every punch I throw, every day I wake up, is for my kids back home. Carter and Caden, I know they stayed up to watch me tonight. Everything I do is for them, and I couldn't do it without my amazing coach and my team behind me. I'm just so grateful and so blessed.
There's a guy back in Birmingham in the West Midlands in the United Kingdom called Joe Cummins, who's the current lightweight champion. You got any words for him? For surely that is your next fight.
I don't know who they want me to fight, but it better be for a gold belt, because I definitely deserve it at this rate.
You can count me in. Congratulations. Another superb performance. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Saxon Delafield.
Wow. What a finish. This guy is on the ultimate roll. Saxon Delafield. And I even got to call him the 1 minute monster again. This is getting fun. Awesome night here. And could he be the next contender? You'll have to stay tuned. All the updates on our social media, the website, whatever. You'll find out if he is really going to face Joe Silk coming. Folks, don't forget Fit Chef, the official solutions eating partner of the EFC. You can eat clean with Fit Chef. Order online at fitchef.co.za. We got plenty more to come. Next up, it is the finale, the final matchup of The Fighter Season 2, right here in Johannesburg, South Africa.
For the ultimate carnival experience, get to Carnival City Casino and Entertainment World, proud host of EFC 80.
The first day I walked in here, I actually felt at home. It's really a family moment every time we come here. The training here at EFC is challenging, it's intense, yet it's fun at the same time. They reinvent the training schedules and modules all the time. And I definitely would recommend EFC Gym at any point in time to anybody. If you want to be stronger, if you want to challenge yourself, this is the place to be.
EFC 81, 10 August, Times Square, Pretoria. Tickets and broadcast info at efcworldwide.com. Up next, The Fighter Season 2 finale, the women's flyweight bout between Manon Fiorot and Melanie Hoyes. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal. Iris CBD, the official CBD partner to the EFC. Iris CBD is one of the leading CBD oil products and brands in the world and is now available in South Africa. CBD has a multitude of health benefits, from assisting with sleep to recovery after a hard training session or game.
I take my kiddies oil every day and it makes me big and strong.
Iris CBD oil is now available at EFC Gym Santon and EFC Gym Paulsoff. Iris CBD. Live life Iris. The Fighter Season 2 is proudly driven by the Land Rover specialists, Auto Excellence. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Experience the value of quality, balanced mineral water. Aquavita Mineral Water. Get more out of life. Fit Chef, the official healthy eating partner of EFC, now available at EFC Gym Santon and EFC Gym Paulsoff. Order online at fitchef.co.za. Fit Chef, you are what you eat.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Staying at the capital, it's good for business. You get everything you need, nothing you don't. Interleading rooms, fully serviced apartments. R&R, now that's a must for good business. Think smarter, bigger, better. Stay on trend, right in the middle of it all, where it's good for business.
Get the new special edition EFC Dragon Energy can now.
And welcome back to Johannesburg, South Africa here, EFC 80. It is going down. What an awesome night it has been. Folks, we are introducing Irie CBD, the official CBD partner to the EFC. You can get the best quality CBD oil today. Irie CBD, live life Irie. Beautiful stuff there, great partners, and there we go. Continuing here, some great VIPs in the house tonight here at EFC 80.
Yeah, he's from Survivor South Africa, Rob. I think I noticed him. I'm a big fan of Survivor South Africa, Rob. He did pretty well in the series. Toughed it out on that horrible little place, a desert island in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, very successful here in South Africa, that show.
No doubt about it. And look at this jam-packed arena. I mean, it just blows me away. And a lot of people coming to see, of course, you know, the great Gareth McClellan making his return. But what about our next fight? Because a lot of people want to see this as well, because they all locked in. They all tuned in to the hit reality show, The Fighter, season number 2, where they brought ladies from all around the world, incredible women mixed martial artists, and it all came down to 2 ladies out of Europe. Of course, out of the Netherlands, Melanie Kirchis, and then it was Manon Fiorot out of France. Incredible stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats board right now. Let's waste no more time. Rex Stipp and Gearbox bringing you your stats board. First up, Manon Fiorot.
Yeah, great striker, very difficult kickboxing style, likes that side-on stance, very accurate, pinpoint accuracy with her striking, and a former IMAF, amateur world champion. But Melanie Kirchis, great kickboxing, the old-school Dutch style, very good pressure, always forward-facing, very experienced, got a long record at amateur and pro, a tough fight for anyone.
So it comes down to this. Let's bring out these 2 ladies and see who will face the Mad Dog next. It's your Fighter Season 2 finale.
They lived together. They trained together. Now they will finally face each other in the TF2 finale. A renowned kickboxer from Holland, Melanie Hoyes brings an aggressive and calculated Dutch kickboxing style, one that has seen her claim multiple victories in TF2. An amateur MMA world champion, Frances Manon Fiorot earned her way to the top through her destructive and accurate striking, including a dramatic TKO win. Long and rangy, she hunts another finish to earn her title fight. Now they go head-to-head for the ultimate prize, a 6-figure EFC contract and a guaranteed shot at EFC flyweight gold against reigning champion Amanda Mad Dog Lino. Manon Fiorot versus Melanie Hoyes for the Fighter Season 2 finale. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance.
You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay 'em, but you won't take the sting out these words before I say 'em, 'cause ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from causing man when I say 'em.
And here she comes, straight out of Holland and Mike's Gym, the famous Mike's Gym. Melanie Kirchis making the walk, being flanked also by Nkazimulu Zulu. And you talk about a very, very talented young lady, and she really shined on the Fighter Season 2, Simon.
Yeah, she was great. She actually has a very good ground game, but we didn't see it because her striking was so darn effective, and she's an exciting fighter. She likes to put the pressure on and go forward. We all talk about that old school Dutch kickboxing style, even though it's very difficult to kind of put your finger on what it is. But it's just, she's very tough, She's very forward pressure, but she does have a very, very sneaky submission game. The secret, though, for Melanie Gilgers is that she's got a great record. She's gone to decisions some very, very tough opponents, and I think that's what's going to count in this fight, is that she has way more experience than her opponent, Manon Fiorot.
Right now in the CM Trading prep zone as we speak. Of course, you can go to cmtrading.com and get up to $2,000 bonus. That is cmtrading.com, a great partner here. And you said it perfectly, man. She has been in there with some absolute killers, not just in training, but in her career. How about Dora Perges, a huge, incredible fighter. Meng Bo, who is awesome all throughout Asia. Amanda Bobby Cooper as part of the Ultimate Fighter.
And going the distance with a lot of them.
They go in the distance with them. I mean, you're talking about some of the best. And then, of course, Stephanie Page as well. So it's not like she has not, you know, carved her way to this moment. She really has. And she's got to be considered the favorite in this, just based on experience and her performance on the fighter. But she has to get through one more fighter. She can't take the crown yet. She can't face Amanda Lino yet. She has to get through the very talented Manon Fiorot.
Yeah, and she's also very, very good in terms of the counters. She's very, very well defensively. She's got some very nice movement, and she's always looking for that counter.
Take a look at that. Look at that face. Dialed in. Intense. Manon Fiorot fighting out of France. She's going to have a nice height advantage in this, going to have a nice reach advantage, and we know she has some tremendous boxing. But let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to what's real. This would be her first professional win, Simon. Does that not blow your mind that she was able to navigate the waters of the Fighter Season 2 in a situation where she basically just had an amateur career, and now she's facing Melanie Gilgers, and she could be facing our champion, Amanda Lino? That blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a testament to her spirit, but also a testament to IMAF, to be honest with you. The fact that she has a pro license solely because of her amateur career. Obviously, France has not legalized MMA yet, even though I think the legislation is just turning the corner. It's very, very close. But there's been no platforms for people like Manon Fiorot to perform and get their professional licenses. And if people ever wonder what the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation does around the world by developing grassroots, it's for people just like Manon Fiorot who are not able to have that platform in her own home country, which is a great testament to IMAF, but also to Manon Fiorot, because in the Fighter Season 2, I was highly impressed with her. I was highly impressed with the kickboxing. She got an awkward side-on stance. She likes those oblique kicks. I mean, she's very dangerous. That fight against Becky Ainscough, I mean, she just went in for the kill for 2.5 rounds. It's absolutely incredible. So yeah, very, very dangerous. Got some very exciting kickboxing style.
Well, I know you were actually in attendance for a lot of these tapings, and I got to ask you, how do you think Manon Fiorot can beat Melanie Gilgers tonight?
I think they're both very, very powerful. They're both very powerful kickers, but she's got some very, very pinpoint striking Fiorot has. I mean, it's a style that may play into Gilgers' wheelhouse, because Manny's a very good counter-puncher, but it's really much if she's able to take the damage. She's got a nasty jab and some nasty side kicks. She's got a very, very difficult, awkward style that's really a kind of a hybrid mixture. So yeah, she's difficult for anyone, but it's the power she puts behind those strikes and the damage she's caused. We've seen it throughout the season. It's when she gets in and strikes first, she's always the person who comes out with the win.
Manon Fiorot, ready for battle, ready to take her place. This Fighter Season 2 final is brought to you by Constantia. That is insurance made personal. It's time for the fight.
It's time to take a look like Easy Equity's tell of the tape. Melanie Gilgers from the Netherlands is 3 years younger, also 2 inches shorter, 1 pound heavier yesterday at the weigh-ins here in Johannesburg, and also gives up about a 2-inch reach advantage to her opponent, Manon Fiorot. So let's get things underway now with Saras-Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finale of the Fighter Season number 2. The winner of this bout will fight for the EFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Now introducing the first fighter from the red corner. She is a kickboxer, coming in with a pro record of 3 wins and 7 defeats. She stands 5'3" tall, weighs in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Amsterdam, Holland, Melanie Cactus. And now her opponent, standing across the mix, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a karate specialist with a pro record of 0 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 5'5" tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Nice, France, Manon Fiorot. Your referee for this contest, Bobby Karagianidis.
The lovely Ali here in Carnival City, Johannesburg, South Africa. Of course, one of our lovely RDG Hexagon girls who are brought to you proudly by Rex Diff and Gearbox. RDG, driven by perfection.
So there's those ladies, our beautiful Hexagon girls. And now, how about the ladies inside the Hexagon? One will be crowned the winner of the Fighter Season 2. Will it be Manon Fiorot from France, or Melanie Cactus representing Holland?
Ready? Ready? First.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to this. In the blue, Melanie Cactus. In the red, that is Manon Fiorot. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy.
There's that kicking attack we saw. There's actually the strike that caught Melanie. Nice variety of kicking attacks has the French woman Fiorot.
Both ladies coming out in southpaw stance.
Good head movement by Melanie. She's a good judge of distance. We've seen that in some of the early fights in the fighter.
A nice shot right to the body by Melanie. Coming out of Mike's gym, one of the most famous striking gyms in the world today. Oh, wow, big hook kick just misses.
That was close.
Manon Fiorot doing some crafty, creative strikes here early on in round 1.
Just so impressed by the attitude throughout the taping. Soros, they both came into this fight tonight with everything on the line, but so relaxed and so cool.
Well, take a look at Manon Fiorot. She looks real comfortable in there, very, very confident with her kicks. Throwing some devastating strikes already. If she lands one of those flush, it could be a very, very early night for Melanie Cactus.
And then he catches the kick and tries to take it down, but it was just such quick backpedaling by Fiorot.
You know what these ladies have to do coming down here to South Africa from a very, very long way away. You're talking about leaving your families, leaving the life that you have to be down here for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep.
And it's really, it's a lot of endurance. It's grueling at times. The training is ridiculous. And these ladies definitely proved that they're worthy of a title shot.
Oh yeah, completely. It's a crucible of pressure, a long, long way for home. And regardless of what industry you're in, that's a real tough ask.
Got a bit of a kickboxing match here early on. I think both ladies are very comfortable with that. They don't mind to go kickboxing. Nice flurry by Melanie Cactus.
One of the few disappointing, if not... Oh, it's a great right question kick that landed flush on the side of Kyrgios's faces. And another shot to the midriff for the side shot.
Oh, beautiful left hand. Excuse me, right hand. Beautiful right hook. Manon Fiorot looking fierce.
Beautiful, beautiful kicking technique to place a heel on the side of Kyrgios's face. And a push kick. The left high roundhouse, then a teep kick.
Basically really looking at a kickboxing match with small gloves.
Yeah, and
which is dangerous.
Manny's coming in and trying to strike first. There's a little cut to the side of Fiorot's face. And a little mouse developing.
So we do have a little blood coming down there.
A little bit of swelling on Melanie's face as well.
We're calling a low blow?
Yeah, I think it was low.
A lot of people think, it's funny, a lot of folks laugh that off. You don't feel like a lady would have a problem getting hit down there, but I assure you,
no,
very, very painful.
Hell of a sore.
Looks like she's going to be able to shake it off, though, and continue. Just a little break in the action, and there's the blood on the right side of Manon Fiorot. We'll see if that plays a part. It's definitely going to be a big target for Melanie as we resume in round number 1. Very entertaining fight thus far. We know who's in attendance, who's watching in the front row. Amanda Mad Dog Lino is in the house.
Nice right kick by Melanie, but it was blocked by Fiorot. What we didn't see is the submission game from either of these ladies in the build-up to the fight to season 2.
Well, they both just seem very, very comfortable fighting a kickboxing match at this point.
Yeah, it's funny enough. I think it's Melanie Kirches who has actually better
Here's the clinch.
grappling game.
Where do we go from here? Melanie Kirches, she's all tied up. Oh, and a big knee to the body.
Yeah, and that hurt her.
That did some damage to Melanie Kirches.
Yeah, she fell back against the fence to recover there. She certainly felt that one. She was trying to negate the range fighting on Fiorot because she started to tee off from range, and Melanie needs to close the distance a lot quicker than what she's doing at the moment.
Just great timing by Fiorot.
But she was doing it as a right game plan to clinch up and close that distance there and probably take her opponent down. Because like I said, I think she's a better submission fighter.
I mean, this is some of the best kicks, striking that we've seen, period. I'm not talking about just the women's division. I'm talking about all divisions.
Yeah.
You know, Fiorot is putting on a striking clinic right now.
It's a very hybrid mix of styles, isn't it? She's a mixture of karate and kickboxing that's really working well. Some would also say it's similar to Taekwondo in the variety of
nice left
kickboxing
hand.
attack.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the karate kickboxing attack is really working thus far. Great round one. Great impression here by Manon Fiorot.
Melanie knows she needs to come forward.
You know, I mean, I think what it comes down to is she has somebody that's willing to play ball with her, willing to play her game with her. And that just kind of, she's going right into her wheelhouse right now. This is where she wants to be. She's extremely comfortable. I don't know if there's any way that Melanie could bring this fight to the ground and maybe disrupt some of this.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that she's going to have a talk with her corner if she can make it out of round one. Nice kick to the body by Kirches.
Like we said before about Melanie, she's gone the distance with her losses, so she's very, very hard to put away. Even though see Fiorot teeing off on her, she's going to have to do a lot more to put Melanie Kirches away than this. And Melanie's been in deep water before. She can go into those second and third rounds and come out fresh.
Manon Fiorot making a lot of friends out here, making a lot of fans. Of course, they followed her on the Fighter Season 2, and now they are seeing her with some incredible, creative, innovative striking here in this division. And there we go, Restonic breach of the corner cam, and I remember now. Isabella Paré was her name.
Isabella Paré.
Yes, indeed.
That's great.
She may be watching tonight.
Only
Shout out to
person
Isabella. I believe she's retired from the sport, actually. And
fantastic boxer she was.
And, you know, I mean, let's take a look at the replay first.
She put Amanda to sleep, didn't she, in
It
Durban?
was rough to watch. It was very early on in Lino's career. Beautiful left hand.
Despite what you're seeing here on the restaurant, it's a beautiful question mark kick, wasn't it? Beautiful heel.
Now, I mean, let's be real. I mean, being in Mike's gym, one of the best kickboxing gyms in the world today, no joke. You got to believe there's been some tough sparring sessions, and Melanie has definitely met her share of kicks. That being said, that one doesn't make that one hurt any less. Now, what I'm getting to is if Manon can get through this, if she can win, I think it's a very interesting challenge on Mad Dog Lino.
Without a doubt. Kirches there, refusing to sit on the stool throughout the break.
She's ready. She's determined. Round number 2 brought to you by Dragon Energy Drink. These kicks are coming. This fight is knocked down, dragged out. Beautiful takedown.
Takes it down. Now this is what I wanted to see. I just want to see what we didn't see throughout the entire series of the Fighter Season 2. And it's exactly what Melanie needed to do. She's come to the lock her back. Fiorot's very strong. Some nasty ground and pound coming down with that big left fist.
Special fighter there, Manon Fiorot. Melanie now clinching up very, very close to Manon. I don't know if she's trying to find a standover, but she has an idea here. Working those legs, possibly looking for something from the bottom. Fiorot just looks tenacious tonight. She coming out with a whole new game plan, a whole new attitude from the time she walked down the ramp, down the aisleway. You knew that she meant business.
Such a determined face. I mean, every fight she went into, she just looked like a stone-cold killer. She really did. But Melanie also equally adept and determined. We saw she was taking quite a beating and being in the second round, but she still kept coming forward. I mean, she wants to get in and strike first. She really wasn't dissuaded from those nasty leg kicks that were coming in from Fiorot.
Ooh, wow. Look at those hammer fists. by Manon Fiorot. Just round number 2 of this possible 3-round affair, folks. If you're watching at home, it's very simple to get in the conversation and be a part of this event. Just use hashtag EFC80. It's that simple. Wow, big right hands, big elbows coming down. Fiorot giving the kick just all she can handle.
Yeah, Melanie's doing her best to defend and twist and turn, but Fiorot equally happy in full guard. Not huge amounts of damage, but it's starting to add up, particularly in the judges' eyes. Some more nasty hammer fists coming down. Melanie needs to really look like she can isolate a limb. See if Fiorot's getting a little bit loose with some of those swinging punches and see if she can isolate something.
In the guard right now of Melanie Kirchis, and she has not been able to get much offense in this round. It has been all Fiorot at the halfway point. She better get moving, because on the scorecards, Fiorot has round number 1. I'm fairly confident of that.
Yeah.
And she is on her way here in round number 2, unless Melanie can get moving.
Bobby Carradini is very happy with the action. He likes a good ground fight between two athletes. He's very slow to stand people up, but there's certainly enough
100%.
action for him going along here. It's good control by Manon Fiorot. Very patient. She's being top heavy and then posturing up and exploding in batches, which is very difficult to defend against.
Tough run thus far here for Melanie.
Yes, Fiorot's just putting the grind on, isn't she?
Hey, let me tell you something. Still to come, the return of the Soldier Boy. You ready for that?
No, I'm not.
You're not ready?
No. Enter the
They're
Sandman.
taking to the house.
Hearing that
It's going to happen tonight.
It's going to be a cracking fight, that. The hairs on the back of my neck will stand up when I hear that entrance music of Gareth McLean after all this time.
You in this jam-packed, sold-out Big Top Arena here at Carnival City in Johannesburg. Just about a minute left here in round number 2 of the Fighter Season 2 finale, as Manon Fiorot continues to control the ground battle. Just looks bigger and stronger this evening.
Yeah, some of the previous contestants in the Fighter Season 2 have said that Manon is ridiculously strong. It's not evident, but it's a mixture of technique and strength. But all the girls have said she's just freakishly strong. And that's certainly playing out now on the ground. Certainly racking up the points with only 1 minute left in the second. Nice big right elbow coming in.
Ooh, there's another one. Melanie's going to get to her feet. We got 46 seconds. She better get moving. Let's see what she has left in the tank. Both these ladies. Oh, wow.
Miano
Big
goes to the net.
axe kick.
Some nasty knees coming in, and then he goes down with it.
Oh, I think Melanie's hurt. She took a nasty knee there.
Fiorot
Beating up on that body. She is savage. Manon Fiorot.
Furious Fiorot.
Ooh, you may have just did something there. Well done. Well done.
Definitely her round to the Frenchwoman. 10 seconds left, and that's a nasty beating for Melanie. I think she'll need the stool for this one, which she didn't in the first. But it's just the strength and the power and the speed of Fiorot that's seeing her through here. Well, she knows that
What a round
she's winning
for
it.
Manon Fiorot. A dominant round. Got to ask you, could that be a 10-8?
Yeah. No,
Very well could, right? I think it really could. I don't know that it'll go that way, but I could see it happening. Restonic brings you the corner cam. Manon Fiorot in a very, very good place right now. Of course, these ladies getting acclimated to the altitude in their time that they spent here in Johannesburg, which is where the show was filmed. So they seem to be handling it very well. But anytime you ever come down here and you deal with it, it's always a force to be reckoned with. And it's just an X factor in every fight. Restonic going to bring you this action replay. Beautiful takedown by Manon Fiorot. And from there on, domination.
Yeah, it was a great display of ground and pound from Manon Fiorot. And she's just able to be so top heavy. She lay on top of her opponent, keeping her guessing, and then just postured up. Some nasty hammer fists, then went back to the top game again. Just postured up, just keep rinsing and repeating. It was so successful. It's like a calf muscle to the face there. She was going for the question mark kick, but didn't pull it off because Melanie was able to close the distance.
It is that time, third and final round. The beautiful Ali getting us ready for the final round of the Fighter Season 2 finale. Manon Fiorot, Melanie Kirchis. It's that time. It comes down to this. Dragon Energy brings you round 3. Let's see who wants it more. The more experience.
Oh, it's a nasty jumping knee from Fiorot. Nice spinning back heel.
Easy, gently.
Melanie's just striding forward into war. What a cracking attitude. She's taken quite some tough knocks in the first and second round, but she's still coming forward, wanting to put her beating of her own, but she's going to have to pull out something very special if she's going to beat Fiorot in the third.
Whatever happens, Manon Fiorot has a lot of fans here in the EFC. She's having too much fun out there.
Winding up the right and going with the left roundhouse. If I'm Melanie, I would want to close the distance and clinch up. She's better when she's on top. She's got some good submission wins, has Melanie Jorges. She's not doing much effort. She's not doing very well with range striking from Fiorot, though.
Melanie Jorges has to get a lot of credit for walking through some of these strikes. A lot of girls would have been taken out round 1, but the timing of Fiorot, beautiful setup for a takedown, setting on it though, trying to stay on her feet is Jorges, and she can't.
Yeah, she faked the right, didn't she? And then shot the double beautifully.
When you're throwing strikes like that and you're that effective, you can get that takedown anytime because you got to defend with the strikes.
For sure. And Melanie, as soon as she went down, she realized, oh my word, not back here again. Because it was a nasty place to be in. But she's in her own corner there. You can see Casamolo Zulu and Igor Cabeza shouting out instructions. It's a good place for her to be. She's going to get out of this position.
And Stefan Lem's a good friend of mine, great cut man, also cornering Melanie Jorges. Manon Fiorot keeps raining down strikes. This thing is getting ugly.
Manon really wants to finish this fight. Some nasty ground and pound. This is a difficult position for Melanie. She putting up her legs as a form of defense. Manon just drives on through. Very happy to be in full guard and just rain down the ground and pound. It's a very difficult position for Melanie to get out of there now. She's up against the turnbuckle in the hex fence. She needs to try and isolate her arm, look for an opening somewhere. She can frame up, control that torso around the back of the left head of Fiorot, but really does not stopping her posturing up to rain well down.
You know, what do you do if you're Melanie Jorges right now? It's a bad spot to be in. You got to try to walk your way up that fence. Otherwise, you are staring directly at a big L. And for a fighter that's been against some top talent, and for the most part has not beaten that top talent, this is going to be very, very frustrating for Melanie if she can't do something with 2 minutes left, if she doesn't give everything in this last 2 minutes.
Yeah, but she really never got her offense going, did she? She was always moving forward and trying to get into range of Fiorot, but it was just the superior, crisp and pinpoint striking of Fiorot that stopped that momentum coming forward. I mean, no, Melanie's always happy to trade in the pocket. She was just never able to stay in the pocket. She was just getting lit up. And what has she got left now? You've got 1.5 minutes almost left in the final round. And what does she have left? She needs to explode and get back up to her feet and see if she can turn the tide. It's so difficult to do that after 2.5 rounds of real tough beating.
Once again, coming down with the hammer fist, with the elbows, Manon Fiorot, who has not relented since the beginning of this fight. She has kept up a frenetic pace. And Melanie Jorges just can't keep up right now. She's on the ground, back on the ground. Well, she's not letting up. What do you do? Melanie can't go anywhere. Manon Fiorot is on another level this evening.
Yeah, for this ladies to have one pro fight and put on a performance like this against someone as experienced as Melanie Jorges is absolutely fantastic. And we can talk about finally the growth of French mixed martial arts. In 2020, it's going to be one of those countries that are really going to explode on the scene. It's people like this, like Manon Fiorot, that should be spearheading that new drive of French mixed martial arts. Great to see.
Left hand's coming down.
Nasty.
And there it is. This fight is over. This fight is done. Manon Fiorot stops Melanie Jorges. She is the winner of The Fighter Season 2.
That was a good stoppage by the referee.
Wow. What a performance by Fiorot. Just a tremendous performance from beginning to end. That pace never stopped. We saw some of the coolest creative kicks that we've seen in a long time. Some of the guys need to take notes here and start throwing some more of those.
nice to see
that was something fun.
Melanie laughing and smiling about it to UFC combat record Graham Cartmel, and what great spirit she showed. I mean, she was never broken. I think she was outstruck without a shadow of a doubt, and she goes over to embrace her opponent. That's great to see. The big smile on her face after going through that.
Both ladies endured an incredible process, an incredible season of the fighter, which has just completely boomed and skyrocketed here in South Africa and around the world. But the one that comes out on top, looking shiny and gold, is Manon Fiorot. And now she has a date with destiny with one lady, one mad dog, who kind of has a bone to pick with French women. It could be interesting.
This is very true. I didn't think about La Revanche.
Well done. Well done indeed.
But wow, I mean, she's going to be a handful for Amanda Lino, is Manon Fiorot. She really is. She's a handful for anyone, but wow, that variety of kicking attack was absolutely fantastic. Nice flying knee kick to the left flank of Melanie Gilges, but also great to see. I finally called for it and I wanted to see it, and I did get to see the ground game in rounds 2 and 3, and it was a very impressive top control by Manon Fiorot. Had a really good game plan of just exploding once in a while, keeping her opponent guessing, and really didn't leave anything out in the open for Gilges to snap onto to look for any kind of submission, and just dominant display. I think it was a good referee stoppage by Bobby Caragines. I don't think Melanie was going anywhere, and she was taking a fair bit of punishment. Like I said, she has an indomitable spirit, and it was great to see the showmanship, that smile, and I'd love to see her come back and compete again, because I think she's going to go far. I think as a 25-year-old Dutch lady, she has so much to give for European MMA and to fight here in the EFC Worldwide again sometime soon. But as for Manon Fiorot, wow, what a superb performance. So without further ado, let's send it up to get the official results with Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Caragines calls a stop to the contest at 4 minutes, 17 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO to the strikes, and the winner of the Fighter Season 2, Manon Fiorot!
I'm just here with Melanie. Melanie, can I just speak to you first? A fantastic showmanship and gamesmanship between you two. It was a tough fight. What's next for you? Are you going to come back and find the EFC again for us? Because you've been such a fantastic contestant on the entire season, and it's a sad way for you to end, but I would love to see you come back into the Hexagon.
Especially I want to thank EFC for this opportunity. Thank everybody who came here. I hope you enjoyed the fight. It didn't go my well, but okay. After this, I want to fight strawweight. This is my weight where I actually walk around on. So I hope I can go back to strawweight. I want to congratulations, Manon. You're a fucking strong fighter. So yeah, congratulations, and enjoy the last fight of the night. Hush.
Can't wait to see you back in the Hexagon again. And strawweight's a great idea. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Melanie Gilges.
And I am standing by with the winner of the Fighter Season 2, Manon Fiorot. Congratulations, Manon. Please talk to me about this fight and talk to me about your opponent.
Félicitations pour ce combat. Parle-moi un peu maintenant de ton combat de ce soir et de ton adversaire que tu connaissais.
Alors d'abord, je voulais remercier l'UFC. C'est une super organisation. J'adore l'Afrique du Sud. Et je voulais dire un grand bravo à Mélanie parce qu'elle était vraiment forte debout. Et voilà, j'ai préféré du coup amener au sol et finir le combat au sol, mais elle était vraiment solide. C'était un bon combat.
First time, I want to say I'm very, very proud to fight for UFC, and I think this is one of the best organizations of the world, and I love Johannesburg.
I gotta ask you about those kicks. Those were some of the best kicks that I've ever seen inside this Hexagon. I think everybody can agree with that. Just talk to me about your strategy and talk to me about those kicks.
Tu as fait des coups de pied qu'il n'a jamais vus de sa vie. Parle-moi de ces coups de pied et parle-moi de ta stratégie pendant le combat.
Alors les coups de pied, je viens du karaté. Après, j'ai converti mon style en MMA grâce à Aldric. Et voilà.
So first of all, I begin by karate. So this is purely karate on my kick, and I want to say congratulations to Melanie because she's very strong on stand-up, and I have to do a hard job for win this fight.
Fantastic sportsmanship. Well, we have your opponent here right now, we have our champion of the EFC, the Mad Dog, Amanda Lino. Let's welcome in the champion right now. All right, Mad Dog, you just watched this fight. Were you impressed by that performance? And what kind of challenge do you expect from Manon?
Yeah, look, I think that both ladies put on a good fight. So it was a very impressive fight. Do I think that she has the skills to take my belt? No, I don't. This belt is staying here with me, and I'm gonna keep it, and there's no one that's gonna take it away from me. So she can do what she wants. She can go back home and train as hard as she wants to. But on the nights, I'm keeping this belt.
I'm gonna come back here. Manon, what do you think about our champion, Amanda Lino, and how are you going to beat her when you get your opportunity?
Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la championne Amanda? Et es-tu fier de pouvoir avoir cette opportunité de l'affronter?
Oui, je pense qu'Amanda est une grande championne, mais je pense que je vais aussi lui prendre sa ceinture et qu'elle n'a pas rencontré un adversaire encore aussi solide que moi.
I think Amanda is a very, very true warrior and champion. I have a great respect for her, but we come back for take your title, Amanda.
All right, so let's make this thing official. Let's get the face-off right now, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the next match for the Flyweight Championship, the challenger Manon Fiorot, the champion Mad Dog Lino.
Wow, no love lost whatsoever straight away. It's going to be a cracking fight between Manon Fiorot and Amanda Lino. As we've seen from Fiorot in the whole run up to the show and up to this fight, she is no backward gear, and exactly the same with Amanda Lino. They are both very, very fierce fighters. It's one of the most anticipated fights, I think, in the history of women's mixed martial arts in Africa, and I can't wait for that at all. Introducing CM Trading, your local international broker. Go to cmtrading.com.
Well, folks, we got plenty more to come here from Johannesburg. We'll be back with your main event of the evening for EFC 80.
A special thank you to Carnival City Casino and Entertainment World for hosting EFC 80, McClellan versus Lazar. Stay up to date with all the EFC worldwide info. Like us on Facebook for exclusive EFC news. Follow us on Twitter for up-to-the-minute announcements. See the latest photos on our Instagram page, as well as EFC videos on our YouTube page, plus all the latest fighter info on our website. EFC Gym, the ultimate way to get fit, has now opened a mega gym in Pulshof, Johannesburg at the EFC Performance Institute. With fun and intensive one-hour training routines inspired by the workouts of EFC champions, EFC Gym is for everybody.
EFC Gym is for people of all ages, all fitness levels. You know, the workouts are challenging for both athletes and first-timers. So regardless of whether you are a first-timer or an athlete, you're guaranteed to have a good workout. Currently, there's no gyms like this. EFC is introducing a revolution in the fitness industry, whereby we incorporate boxing and functional training into a one-hour high-intensity workout.
If you're looking to lose weight, tone up, and get in the best shape of your life, contact EFC Gym now for your free one-week membership. EFC Gym. Coming up next, it's the main event at EFC 80, the interim middleweight championship bout between Gareth McClellan and Brendan Lazar. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal.
Heroes never cry.
To be great,
While the world is falling down.
one must dare to be great. To be a giant, one must be prepared to fall. Rex Diff and Gearbox is a factory-approved repair specialist for all gearboxes, differentials, prop shafts, and CV joints. RDG is ISO 9001 quality certified by the SABS and a member of the RMI. We handle all makes of cars, backies, trucks, and buses nationwide and across borders. Call RDG now for our excellent quality, service, and 1-year warranty. For more info, visit rdg.co.za. RDG, driven by perfection. ACS, the hygiene experts and cleaning specialists to the EFC Performance Institute. ACS has protected the surfaces of the EFC Performance Institute with a revolutionary product, SD Pro, which creates a long-term antimicrobial coating. Protect your facility with SD Pro. ACS. Cleaning, hygiene, high access. www.acs.co.za. CM Trading. Trade with the champion's choice.
Hey guys, introducing you to CM Trading, Africa's local broker. Voted best financial broker in Africa 3 years in a row, giving free education to all their clients. Open your account today and receive up to $2,000 in bonuses. CM Trading operates all over Africa and the Middle East. When it comes to trading, only winners count.
Start trading. Visit cmtrading.com. CM Trading, the official EFC online broker partner.
And welcome back to Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome back to EFC 80. Well, with hotels and apartments all around South Africa, you can book online and save 12% instantly. That's not too bad. Book online at thecapital.co.za now. That's the Capital Hotels and Apartments, a proud partner of the EFC. And Simon, it all comes down to this. The moment you've been waiting for, the interim middleweight championship is on the line as we get the return of Gareth McClellan and the return of Brendan Lazar to action. They battled it out as coaches on the Fighter Season 2, but now they go toe-to-toe inside this hex.
This is like Christmas and your birthday all on the same day. And you know why? It's because I've been waiting for Gareth McClellan for years to come back and fight in front of his home crowd. And also the same, I've been waiting for Brendan Descendant Lazar to come in and have a cracking fight. It's been a while.
Well, let's go back to the weigh-ins. You remember it very, very vividly, I'm sure. Brought to you by Dragon Energy. Walk us through it, Simon.
Yeah, it was a great weigh-in. A lot of respect shown between the two guys, but man, I've never seen two determined middleweights like this. They know they are destined for an absolute war, and it showed in the weigh-ins. Look how serious they were both were. There's respect shown. There was no argy-bargy or any funny business whatsoever, but it is going to be all business here tonight at Carnival City.
Yes, indeed. Dragon Energy bringing you that weigh-in footage, so let's not waste any more time. It's time to go to work. Your main event of EFC 80.
Over the past 10 weeks, two warriors have walked down a converging path on TF2, a path that will finally see their rivalry come to conclusion inside the EFC Hexagon.
Yo, you're gonna know me. You're gonna know me. You're gonna know me. Nobody come close to me. I got no challenges. I got no challenges.
He's unorthodox. He does a lot of weird things, and I think that catches people by surprise. Will I make the same mistake that other people? Most definitely not. He's a little bit irrational at spaces and makes mistakes, and when he makes them, we need to punish him for it.
None of this phases me. It'd be really silly if he was to underestimate me. For me, that's what it's about, is just winning and beating him.
Been around the block, I've seen a lot of things. I've had to work harder, work smarter, can prepare for a certain person and what he's watched and what he's seen out of there. What he faces in there is going to be very different.
There's nothing after this.
If I implement everything that I know that I have, then there's no way I can lose this.
I will be the middleweight champion again. I'm dangerous, and if you overlook me, I will hurt you.
You know what, a lot of people haven't seen my full potential, and I think this is where things are going to go very differently in this fight.
Gareth McClellan versus Brendan Lazar for the EFC Interim Middleweight Championship of the World. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance.
Making the walk, the winner of the Fighter Season 1, coach of the Fighter Season 2, an undefeated fighter, Brendan Lazar, the descendant, fighting out of South Africa in the Tap Out Academy. There's Kurt Stratum, his coach, great camp behind him, and we talked about it a number of times as he steps in to the CM Trading Prep Zone. Of course, CM Trading voted best financial broker in Africa. Check out cmtrading.com. We talked about this. This is a guy that likes to beat the odds. He's a guy that likes to come in as the underdog. Nobody saw him winning the Fighter Season 1. Admit it. But if you say you did, you're lying.
No.
Nobody saw it happen.
No one gave him a chance, which is why he was such an underdog. And yet, I've said it before, he wins a fight and then says, okay, well, Brendan won't get the next one. And he wins the next one, and he wins the next one. And he's always been an underdog, and people are counted at their peril. And tonight, people are saying he's got no chance of Gareth McClellan. I completely disagree with that. He hits very, very hard. He's doggedly determined. And I'm going to be honest with you, and it's something I'm going to ask Gareth if we do get the chance. I see something of Soldier Boy in Brendan Lazar. I find them very, very similar. They've got both incredible cardio, nasty ground and pound, and they hit like a truck.
100%, and has all the confidence in the world. He believes in his talents, he believes in himself, and he has from the get-go. He's believed that he could beat Dricus du Plessis from the time he won the Fighter Season 1. He never got that opportunity due to Dricus's other commitments, but he knows that if he wins this title, that gets him a date with destiny with Dricus, and that's what he's been wanting for a long time.
See, Gareth McClellan is a very intimidating opponent for anyone, particularly like better, more experienced opponents than Brendan Lazar in the past. But he's so unfazed. He has such an incredible self-belief. And if you look at his record, he is completely undefeated in all relative sports combat codes. And that's what fuels his self-belief. He's not intimidated by Gareth McClellan, where anyone else twice as experienced would be. It's that self-belief that will probably propel him to the win if he's able to get one over Gareth Soldier Boy McClellan tonight.
Could it be the night of the descendant? Brendan Lazar ready to destroy a legend this evening.
Wow.
Yep, it's standing up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EFC, the Soldier Boy, Gareth McClellan, former EFC middleweight champion, and one man next to me called him the GOAT of this company. I'm sure there's a lot of people that might disagree with that. There's a few other people out there that have been dominant. but you make a doggone great case when you talk about Gareth McClellan and who he dispatched of his time as a champion. He has been in some of the best wars, and it all started at what? EFC #1.
Yeah, and it's setting up everything so perfectly. I mean, he was really taking his time in his walking, wasn't he? Really soaking it up. It's been years since he's fought in front of his home crowd. Of course, actually, Gareth is originally a Durbanite from the east coast of Southern Africa, but moved up to Johannesburg to train at Fight Fit Militia several years ago. But it's been such a long time since he's fought in South Africa in front of a South African crowd, and boy, the guys are going absolutely wild here. What's interesting about this fight, if he's able to be the victor, is that sets him down the road to fight Dricus du Plessis, a man he fought and beat several years ago, and sets up a possible revenge story for du Plessis. But if you look back on his career, there's been some absolute wars. If you think about the greatest fights in the middleweight division of the EFC for the past 11 years of the promotion's existence, there's only one name that dominates that conversation, and that's Gareth McClellan.
What can I say? You put it perfectly.
Well, look, Jeremy Smith, JP Kruger, Dricus, that fantastic win in the UFC against Bubba Bush was one of the great moments for South African MMA, when everyone in South Africa was watching all the way from the other side of the world.
Absolutely.
And it was just, yes, their hairs are standing down the back of my neck like something crazy right now. I can't wait. I'm hearing Enter the Sandman for the first time in years, and the crowd is going absolutely crazy. It's been a long time coming.
Just imagine if we do get that matchup. If he could somehow get past Lazar and meet up with du Plessis, you know how much Dricus du Plessis wants to get that fight back.
I wanted to see that fight years ago.
Him. And how much does Gareth McClellan want to put a stamp on that and beat him again and show that he is the best middleweight to ever walk in the EFC?
100%, because he here fought in EFC 1 in the very first event in the promotion's history, and he's coming around full circle, and another win over Dricus du Plessis really would cap off one of the most sparkling careers we've ever witnessed in the history of African mixed martial arts.
An incredible record, traveled the world for this sport, has a wonderful family, but he has dedicated his life once again. He has put in the hours at that EFC Performance Institute. He is ready. He is not coming in here unprepared. The Soldier Boy is back in the EFC. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal.
It's time to take a look at our Easy Equities tail of the tape. Brendan Lazar is 2 years younger, has a 4-inch height disadvantage, came in 1 pound heavier yesterday, all within the legal limits, and enjoys a 3.4-inch reach advantage. Pretty even stats in all areas. What a cracking middleweight matchup for this. Let's get proceedings underway and crack on now and send it up to my colleague in the Hexagon, Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of EFC 80. Proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance, insurance made personal, in partnership with Restonic Mattresses, CM Trading, RDG Rex Dipping Gearbox, Dragon Energy Drink, The Capital Hotels and Apartments, Aquavina Mineral Water, Irie CBD, Fit Chef, Easy Equities, and Sun International. And now, from the Big Top Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa, the time for talk is over. It's time to knuckle up and throw down. 5 rounds for the interim EFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist with an undefeated record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. He stands 5'9" tall, weighs in at 184 pounds. Fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa, I give you the winner of the Fighter Season 1, Brendan Descendant Lazar. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a mixed martial artist with a record of 13 wins, only 6 defeats, standing 6 foot 1 inch tall, weighing in at 183 pounds, fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa. I give you the former EFC middleweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the EFC, Gareth Soldier Boy McClellan. The referee when the action begins, Ferdy Masson.
A lovely Naomi Das welcoming in the first round of this cracking interim middleweight title fight. One of our lovely RDG Hexagon girls, proudly brought to you by Rex Diffin Gearbox. RDG, driven by perfection. Are you ready?
You know, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Announce that name.
And you did it with aplomb, my friend. That was a cracker.
Here we go, Simon, the former champ, the Soldier Boy, back in the Hex. Did you ever think you'd see it? Brendan the Descendant Lazar. EFC Interim Middleweight Championship is on the line. Ferdy Masson brings the fighters to the center.
As is the 5-round title fight for the middleweight belt. Fight clean, fight hard.
The crowd are already actually on their feet. The fight hasn't even started. It really is in parts of the arena, standing room only. There's absolutely no elbow room anywhere in the Kyle City at this moment in time.
Next fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, round one is underway of a possible 5-round fight. Dragon Energy brings you round one in the black Lazar. In the camouflage, that is Gareth McClellan.
The right jab from Gareth, followed by the left kick by Brendan Lazar. They've trained with each other, they've coached against each other throughout the season. And now in the finale, we get to see who is the interim middleweight champion of the world of the UFC.
At each other's throats for the entire season of the Fighter Season 2, and it all erupts here. It all ends here at Carnival City. Looks good, in tremendous shape, does the Soldier Boy.
There was a swing and a miss from Brendan on the disengagement. Both guys with cracking knockout power. Got a lot of knockouts on their record. Top.
Tell you, Lazar can take a hit, though. That is one thing that he has proven over the years. What about that big hit that he took at the end of the Fighter Season 1 finale? I mean, right at the final second by Ibrahim Amane.
Yeah, and he had to have facial reconstructive surgery following that and was still able to win the show. I mean, yeah, it's just, that's why I see them both being very similar. They both you get what you get out. They've got such a fantastic work ethic. They work so darn hard. They train hard. You see in the build-up to the fight, the unorthodox training techniques they both have. They'll always come in absolutely fantastic condition, but it's those deadly right hands from both of them. Nice left followed by a little right uppercut from Gareth. And goes high again with the roundhouse. Of course, it's been a while since we've seen Gareth BJJ.
Southpaw, you're right. The southpaw, Gareth McClellan, the BJJ as well. He has worked feverishly on that. Once a product of the Fight Fit Militia. Now has gone on and moved around to a few different camps now. Taking home up there in the EFC Performance Institute, spending a lot of time there.
But it's those fundamentals that go back to with Gareth. I mean, that Brazilian black belt he got from Gracie Barra out in Brazil, along with Richard Kwan and Norman Vessels in the earlier days of Fight Fit Militia. And he's got those fundamentals that he gets so right.
You know, I mean, when you think about Brendan Lazar at 2-0 in his pro career, just the possibility that he could beat a veteran like Gareth McClellan and that he's hanging in there right now in round number 1. That really says something about him. That says about the pedigree.
Nice shot.
Ooh, Gareth made him pay for that one.
Yeah, Gareth's been going with the 1-2 combo several times already in this first round, and that one scored nicely. Then he's got a quick counter. There's a hard left! McClellan's down! He's finished! Oh my word, what a shot! Whoa! Unbelievable! Probably the greatest upset in the history of African MMA. Oh my word!
Oh my stars! Brendan Lazar just knocked out McClellan. You'll remember this day. One of the biggest knockouts in EFC history.
Oh, this crowd is absolutely erupted. Dricus du Plessis behind us. He's got his hand over his mouth. He can't believe what he just saw. This crowd are delirious. It's one of the most impressive first rounds I think I've ever seen from any middleweight fight anywhere in the world.
Brendan Lazar has proven himself once again, beat the odds once again. And who's to say that he can't do it again against Dricus? Who says that he can't?
People said that he hasn't done it. And like I said, they've doubted him every step along his mixed martial arts journey, and he continues to prove people wrong. And boy, has he done that here tonight with alacrity. Incredible.
Garrett McClellan now on the stool. He is fine. He's been down this road before. He worked tirelessly, worked his tail off to get to this point, got in some of the best shape of his life. And now let's relive it once again. Early on in the fight, but it all comes down to the big shot.
Yeah, Gareth was scoring with the 1-2s, but Brendan was very, very patient. He waited for the opening, and there's that big left. Completely for his opponent. One hammer fist, referee 30% in straight away after just 1 or 2 follow-up shots. Oh, it was a sneaky overhand left. Gareth was coming in, and Brendan came down and swung it around, and absolutely flush connection on button on the side of McClellan. There's his coach, Gert Strijdom. Really, he's got owing a lot of his stand-up technique and ability to Gert Strijdom. And it was a perfect game plan. He was patient, he was calm, kept his guard up, took a couple of shots and waited for the opening, and boy, did he take advantage of it when it presented itself. Cracking overhand left from Brendan Lazar, and Gareth McClellan was completely out. And this crowd are absolutely still on their feet. I've just been showered by beer on my down the back of my suit because the crowd are celebrating so wildly. Like, no one saw that coming. Absolutely superb shot. There's no doubt I really hope to see Gareth McClellan come back into the Hexagon, because I think he's still got a fantastic contribution to make to mixed martial arts in South Africa. But what can be said about the possible matchup next for that young man, Brendan Lazar, when he faces Dricus du Plessis? Well, let's get the official fight result now and send it up to Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ferdy Bassan calls a stop to the contest at 2 minutes 56 seconds of the first round. Your winner by knockout and new EFC interim middleweight champion of the world, Brendan Descendant Lazar. Brendan. Okay, being presented. Brendan, what a night for you, man. Talk about the feelings right now going through your mind. You have been so confident throughout this whole process. When you won season 1, when you came in to coach against him, you felt you could win. You feel you can beat Dricus du Plessis. I know you do. The confidence is there. Talk about this fight.
Yeah, man, you know what? It's been a long road for me. You know what? Gat really brought out the best in me. Let's all give a hand to Gat, man. That guy's an unbelievable competitor. He paved the way for a lot of us out here, man. I've been watching that guy since day one, but I always knew I can hang with everybody here. And here I am, guys. Thanks for coming out. What a crowd, man. Wow.
Well, listen, before you get into all the celebration, let's have a little bit of fun, because guess what? Your opponent is right there stepping into the Hexagon, the current EFC middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis.
So coming from after 2 years trying to step in and take the limelight.
All right, now I'm gonna come to you real quick, Dricus. What a knockout. He knocks out Gareth Soldier Boy McClellan. That's a big move. We all know we can go to the past You took the loss to Soldier Boy. He killed that undefeated streak. What was it like seeing him knock out Soldier Boy McClellan?
It was absolutely amazing. I mean, what a fight. To be honest, I mean, Garrett was really doing great. He was, you know, that's the name of the game. Anything can happen, and you know, you have to be aware of whatever happens, whenever it happens. And he caught him with a good shot, and we knew when Brendan came in here, he's an unorthodox guy. He throws unorthodox shots, and we knew he could land anything, and anything is possible in this game. So well done to Brendan, and congratulations, man.
I'm going to come back to you right now. Dricus has gone on and done amazing things. He's been a 2-division champion. He goes to KSW, wins the championship. But you say, you know, where have you been after 2 years? Tell me what you really think about our champion, Dricus du Plessis. Be real.
Drake, you know what, man? It's funny. I sponsored Dricus before, an underwear label that I had. You know, he was the main man in the stud in town. You know what? It really did hurt a bit when he was like, oh, who's this guy? What? In the end of the day, in the fighter, I still fought 4-ounce gloves, 5-minute rounds, sanctioned events. This actually makes me 6-0 as a professional, just so you all freaking know that. So I'm not a 2-0 fighter. I've been around the block as well. And yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for Dricus, but a fight's a fight, and I'm not going to back down from anything.
Last question. Last question. I want you to be honest. Does he have a chance?
Absolutely not.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I know his tie's prettier than mine, but yeah, it's all good.
Hey, let's make it official. Let's make it official, Johannesburg. This is your next matchup for the EFC middleweight champion, Brendan Lazar, Dricus du Plessis, drinking in Johannesburg.
What an incredible fight, one of the biggest upsets I've ever witnessed in the EFC. No one gave Lazar a chance, and boy did he prove everybody wrong. So with Fit Chef, it's high performance fuel, so live optimally with real food. Shop online at fitchef.co.za, and what a cracking evening of combat action we've seen here at Carnival City, and there's plenty more going to come your way, so don't go anywhere here at EFC 80.
A special thank you to Carnival City Casino and Entertainment World for hosting EFC 80, McClellan versus Lazar.
The first day I walked in here, I actually felt at home. It's really, really a family moment every time we come here. The training here at EFC is challenging, it's intense, yet it's fun at the same time. They reinvent the training schedules and modules all the time. And I definitely would recommend EFC Gym at any point in time to anybody. If you want to be stronger, if you want to challenge yourself, this is the place to be.
EFC 81, 10 August, Times Square, Pretoria. Tickets and broadcast info at efcworldwide.com.
Heroes never cry.
To be great,
While the world is falling down,
one must dare to be great. To be a giant, one must be prepared to fall.
Get the new special edition EFC Dragon Energy can now.
And here we are, folks. And here we are, guys. We are here after EFC 80. What an incredible night it has been. Cyrus Bees alongside. No, give me my dragon back. I earned this dragon. And let me tell you, Simon, that was probably the biggest upset. I don't even know if it's an upset. Probably the biggest knockout. One of the biggest knockouts ever in EFC history, just because of what was on the line, how big it was. And that was just absolutely tremendous what we saw to Brendan Lazar. And it just goes to show that, I mean, this guy is one of the best middleweights in the world. You can't doubt him anymore.
No, you can't. And you can see from his attitude after he won that victory, it was finally his time to tell people, hey, you doubted me so many times and I've proved you wrong. I'm going to go on. I'm going to go and beat Dricus du Plessis in the same style and fashion that I just beat Gareth McLennan. When everyone says I can't do it, I'll go there and prove you darn wrong. And wow, what a fantastic overhand left. His timing was great. I mean, Gareth was lighting up a bit with a couple of 1-2 combinations, and he just waited for the opportunity, and that big overhand left came. And I didn't see it coming. Gareth McLennan didn't see it. No one here in Carnival City and EFC fans around the world didn't see it coming. And boy, what a knockout shot it was. One of the greatest we've ever seen.
It really was. And as much as Dricus du Plessis, love the guy, great friend of mine, he says not a chance. There's a chance.
Yeah.
There's a chance. That guy's good. He's really good. He's worthy of holding that championship. So big congratulations to him, and we can't wait to see that matchup whenever it happens. I think we're looking at the end of the year is the idea, possibly in Pretoria. I think everybody wants to see Dricus fight in Pretoria. So we'll see if that happens.
I still want to see Dricus and Gareth. I've been waiting for that fight for 5 years. I still want to see that regardless of Brendan Lazar's ascendancy as a descendant. I still want to see Gareth and Dricus du Plessis, but there's a lot of great fights lined up for Gareth McLennan, surely.
How about another big one, Manon Fiorot taking on Mad Dog Lino, because that's what's going to happen now after that huge win against Melanie Gertjes. And she pulls off the win, and she looks tremendous. Yeah. And we talked about it before, and I think it kind of gets under Mad Dog's skin talking about, the French woman that beat her before,
right.
Perret. I mean, it was a rough loss for Mad Dog. That's going to be in the back of their head. It has to be. Taking on another French fighter, especially another great striker, Manon Fiorot.
Exactly. You put it on the money. The absolutely fantastic striker, Manon Fiorot. But I don't think Amanda's ever faced that kind of variety of kicking attack before. She's always been up against brawlers and pretty good wrestling fighters, decent kickboxers. Look at Draki Trasier, for example, a very good striker. But I don't think anyone's seen that kind of pinpoint accuracy that we witnessed tonight from Manon Fiorot. And I don't think Amanda's ever fought anyone like that. Similar to Dricus when he says, my opponent's got no chance. Amanda says she's got no chance. I beg to differ on what we witnessed here tonight. Absolutely cracking fighter.
And Manon Fiorot's so similar to Brendan Lazar, just in the case that she doesn't have too many professional wins. She has 1 pro win. Brendan has 3, and they are up against the best that we have to offer here in this organization. So that shows you, what the fighter's all about, and it also shows you the depth of the talent in this organization today.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Simon, wow. Awesome stuff tonight, and it doesn't end right now. We're actually going to go to a fight from earlier tonight. Matunga Jakasa, big heavyweight bout against Ivan Stratum right here at EFC 80.
Now we take a look at more action from earlier here at EFC 80. Constantia Insurance presents Triple H Jakasa versus Ivan Stratum.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life.
And here he comes, Ivan Stratum. Look at that dude. He is no joke, a towering individual is Stratum. He's had a hard time inside of the hexagon, sitting at 0-3, but he is always a threat. You can't be that big and not be a threat. I have a feeling he's knocked a lot of skulls in his day.
No, he's one of those guys who just gets into the center of the hexagon, plants his feet, and starts cutting swathes through the
Nothing wrong with that.
He just
We'll take it.
swings. No, I love that. He's such an entertaining fighter, and I think that's why, regardless of his record, he's still a very entertaining fighter. And it's not about your wins sometimes in this game, Cyrus, is it? It's about your losses. And you look who he's lost it to, and he's lost his last 3 heavyweight fights. There's some really big deals. Vessel Mostert, Tank Mike Vermeulen, the Doctor Tabani Umdabella, really seriously talented big heavyweights. And he just decided to stand in the middle and engage with them. And he's come out on the wrong side of those engagements. There's been other times when he equally could have got the W. And it's something that he may do tonight, because I know that someone like a kickboxer like Motunga Jakasa is going to be very happy to stand and trade with a
Well,
knockout
yeah, you're
artist.
and that's exactly what I was going to get to. Is this might be the best chance for Stradom to pick something up, because that's what Jakasa likes to do. That being said, he's quick, Jakasa, a little bit quicker than what Stradom is used to. But if Stradom lands one of those big right hands, watch out. It could be lights out for Jakasa. Ivan Stradom, the Hurricane, is ready to handle business inside of the hexagon. Let's see if he can lay waste to Triple H power. And here comes Triple H power, Motunga Jakasa, representing Mustang Athletic MMA. Of course, the firefighter, when he's not saving lives outside of the hexagon, he's in here endangering lives inside the hexagon. Motunga Jakasa, what a fun character, a guy that loves to have fun in here. And dare I say, overachieved at times. It picked up some big wins. The win over Kukamore, a lot of people didn't see that one happening. Kukamore came in very, very highly touted, and Jakasa landed that big knee, dropped him, and that was the end of that. So Jakasa has shown that he has some undeniable power, a ton of charisma. He can do a lot of damage for sure.
Yeah, it was a great knee up on the inside, wasn't it, that knocked out Kukamura. And before that, had a really good submission win over Willem Smith. But he's just an interesting character. I'm going to be honest with you, I think he's overtaking the role of the goofball of the EFC away from Jared van der Raal, because he really is. He really is a little bit crazy.
Well, if he keeps winning, you never know. He's in the CM Trading prep zone. When it comes to trading, only winners count. Start trading today. Trading today, not training, with CM Trading. Proud partner of the EFC.
Yeah, he took me aside yesterday after weigh-ins. He came up to me and said, "Simon, I've got to tell you something. I have not trained at all for this fight."
Well, hold on.
He says the only...
Pump the brakes.
Yeah. He says, "I've not been training for this fight." He said, "The only thing I've been training for is how to answer your questions after I win in the hexagon when you interview me." That's the only thing I've been working on, is my interviewing skills,
I think
not the fighting skills.
I think you're exaggerating.
No. I put my hand on my heart.
Does he
That's
hold
exactly
you
what he said to
in
me.
that high of regard that the interview is the most important thing?
Either that, or he's very dismissive of Ivan Stradom's knockout power. Either one I'm quite happy with, because either way, I get the respect I deserve, but also the fact we're going to have a cracking heavyweight fight here. And I know how much you love your heavyweight fights, and I think that's what's feeding your energy right now.
I do. I love the heavyweights, and these two heavyweights pack a lot of power in the punch. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, this fight, this heavyweight bout, brought to you by Constantia Insurance. That's insurance made personal.
It's time to take a look at our Easy Equities tell tape. Ivan Stradom, 3 years older. Both gentlemen exactly the same at 6'4" tall. 24 pounds, I think, heavier was Ivan Stradom at the weigh-in yesterday, all completely legal within the limits, but he does give up almost a 3-inch reach advantage to the Congolese Triple H Jakasa. Let's get proceedings underway now and send it up to my colleague, Cyrus Fees.
And now, 3 rounds in the EFC Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is a boxer, coming in with a record of 0 wins and 3 defeats. Standing 6'4" tall, weighing in at 262 pounds. Fighting out of Boksburg, South Africa, I give you Ivan the Hurricane Stradom. And now his opponent, standing across the hex, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, standing 6'4" tall, weighing in at 238 pounds. Fighting out of Pietermaritzburg, South Africa, I give you Motunga Triple H Power Jakasa. Your referee when the hex door closes, Bobby Karajinides.
And Naomi Das, I love the RDG Hexagon girl joining us this evening in Johannesburg. RDG is ISO 9001 certified by the SABS for the repair of all types of automotive drivetrain components available in South Africa.
Yes, indeed. You're right. I do get a little excited about these heavies.
I love you heavyweights.
They're fun.
I get it. I get it.
Jacasa is literally swimming as we speak. He's getting ready to throw down.
Such a character.
Triple H Power, and take a look at that man. You said it. He plants his feet and he throws. He's a boxer. Can the boxer get the W this evening?
Jacasa's got some great leg kicks. He can actually negate the power straight if he targets that front left kick. He does just like to plant his legs to straighten.
Watch out right out of the gate here for Jacasa. Here comes Stratum. Round one brought to you by Dragon Energy. In the gray and the red is Jacasa. In the black, white, and red, Stratum. Could this be the night for Ivan Stratum?
He's trying to use that nice left jab of Stratum whilst Jacasa's looking for some leg kicks, but nice left up the inside there from him.
Take a look at that. Charging forward Stratum. If he lands one of those direct, watch out. I don't think the kick is the place to go here for Jacasa. And it looks like Ivan may have taken an inadvertent shot to the eye. He's going to continue here. Whoa, watch out. Who needs a right eye when you got a right hand like that?
It is bothering him.
Oh, there it comes again.
He didn't complain to the referee, though. He just carried on fighting.
Uppercut City here. Oh, I thought he was looking for a body slam.
That was a nice knee at the inside as well. Stratum is complaining about something. I think he's talking about the eye.
No, his eyes hurt.
No, he's definitely telling Bobby Karagianidis now that he has issues with his right eye. Karagianidis is saying, no, you must carry on. He thought it was perfectly legal.
Wow. That's tough considering what we saw a little bit earlier with Sanchez. He was able to call that timeout, and Stratum is visibly hurt. At least he's in a kind of a resting position now. He is taking some pretty bad knees and shots to the body. Look at the power of Stratum, just the mass of Ivan Stratum being able to push around Jacasa. Here's the throw.
Hip throw.
Oh,
Stratum turns him around. And another reversal.
Scramble. Who said these heavyweights can't move?
That's a nasty position for Stratum. Big shots coming in from Jacasa.
Body up.
Ivan Stratum's complaining about his eye still. He's just holding on to one leg. He's covering up. Karagianidis is stopping it. It's all over.
It is over. Stratum is still complaining about the eye, but it was just too much for the big man. And listen, Bobby's my guy. That being said, it really looks like he did take a pretty good shot to the eye, and it was definitely bothering him throughout the fight. That being said, I mean, you got to defend yourself. You can't just take shots.
Yeah.
But
very chilled, stoic Matunga Jacasa there.
Oh, he's loving life right now.
It could have been
smile.
It could have been a perfectly legal shot to the eye socket.
Why have you not added color to your beard? What are you waiting on?
What colors do I use? Doesn't
I don't know. I mean, you can do the British flag there in your beard. You can do all kinds of good stuff.
Stratum still complaining now to the doctor that he was an eye poke.
Next show. You want to see color?
You want me to dye my beard?
Yeah. Whatever you got to do. You're going out to Vegas. You might as well do something crazy, right?
At least I can grow a beard.
Fair enough. And what a win there for Jacasa. You see Ivan Stratum very, very upset about the way that fight went down. He moves to 0-4, and Jacasa goes to 3-1. Big win there for Triple H Power.
Obviously, we're going to have to take a look at the replay to see that blow at some point, but it could have been a perfectly legal shot to the eye rather than any kind of extended fingers. We just don't really know.
There's that fireman's helmet representing out here Triple H Power.
Yeah, very proud fireman from Peter Maritzburg coming out of a fantastic little camp really in KwaZulu-Natal. Great to see that show of respect from both guys. Ivan Stratum obviously a little bit sore about the way in which they lost that fight, telling the referee that he really was receiving an eye poke. Let's see if we can see it on our Restonic replay. Really nice display of grappling. Pretty standard, a pretty good hip throw from Stratum, but Jacasa was able to reverse it and get on top and getting some ground and pound. At this point, Stratum was still complaining about the perceived eye poke at the time and was just holding onto Jacasa's leg. And at this point, Bobby Karagianidis was looking very, very closely because this ground and pound was completely unanswered. Some nasty blows to the side ribs of Stratum, and the ground and pound was coming in. Stratum going nowhere. Bobby Karagianidis had seen it all. But even then, as he's receiving the ground and pound, Stratum was still shouting up to the referee about the eye poke. It was completely dominating his whole game. There was really no way he could fight back from that. Let's hear what the judges have to say and send it with the official fight announcement with Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Caraginides calls a stop to the contest at 1 minute 47 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, Matunga Triple H Power Chikasa.
I'm here with your winner, Triple H Power. Triple H, a fantastic win, but I see Ivan was complaining about the eye poke. We didn't get a chance to see it. Did you feel it was an eye poke, or was it a completely legal shot?
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank Jesus Christ, how great God is in my life. Yeah, this is the way I wanted to finish this fight so far. You see, for my first fight, it was 1 step backward, and now look at today, 3 steps forward because of this man. My coach, come please. My coach, Wayne, I love you, man. I love you. You see, when I lose my first fight, I came to him. I pray God, I say, please give me a direction. He told me, go back to Wayne. And he promised me something. He said that, boy, that thing is not going to happen again. And yeah, I'm happy.
Well done, boy.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Matunga Chikasa. It was a great win for you, and great win for Peter Maritzburg Mixed Martial Arts. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Triple H Power, Matunga Chikasa.
EFC 81, 10 August, Times Square, Pretoria. Tickets and broadcast info at efcworldwide.com. EFC 80, proudly brought to you by Constantia Insurance. Insurance made personal in association with Restonic Mattresses, supporting dreams since 1938. Dragon Energy, the exclusive energy drink of the EFC. CM Trading, your local international broker. RDG, Rex Diff and Gearbox, proudly bringing you the Hexagon Girls. The Capital, hotels and apartments, good for business. Irie CBD, live life Irie. Aquavita, pure hygienic mineral water. Easy Equities, investing made easy. And Sun International, with special thanks to the following partners: